Understand this rule and reality has no choice but to obey. Full audiobook. The Commandment of Reality Mastery. Introduction. There exists a secret that has been whispered through the ages, hidden in the temples of the ancients, encoded in the wisdom of the mystics, and known only to those who dared to see beyond the veil of the material world. This secret is not complicated. It is not reserved for the chosen few or the intellectually elite. It is, in fact, so simple that the mind often overlooks it, searching instead for something more complex, more difficult, more worthy of the effort. Yet here you are, drawn to these words at this precise moment in your life, because somewhere deep within your being, you already know this truth. You have always known it. You are not here by accident. You are here because your soul has called you. What if everything you have been taught about reality is inverted? What if the world you see is not the cause, but the effect? What if the circumstances of your life, the people you encounter, the abundance or scarcity you experience, are not random events happening to you, but precise reflections of something far more intimate and powerful? This question alone has the power to crack open the prison of your old understanding. For generations, you have been told that you are a victim of your circumstances, that the world is fixed and external, that you must adapt to it or suffer. But what if the opposite is true? What if you are the architect of every single experience you have ever had? The commandment you are about to receive is not a rule imposed upon you from without. It is the law of your own being, the fundamental principle that governs the creation of all things. It is the one rule that, once understood and applied, gives you dominion over your reality. This is not about positive thinking or wishful dreaming. This is about the direct, undeniable mechanical operation of consciousness itself. This is about understanding that you are not separate from the universe, but that you are the universe experiencing itself. And in this recognition lies your freedom. Feel this moment. Feel the significance of what is about to unfold. You are standing at a threshold. On one side is the old world, where you believed yourself to be powerless, where you accepted the limitations imposed by others, where you lived according to scripts written by people who knew nothing of your true nature. On the other side is a new world, a world where you understand that you are the creator of all your experiences, where you hold the keys to every door, where your consciousness is the only reality that matters. This is your moment. This is your time to awaken. The journey you are about to take is not a journey to a distant place or a future time. It is a journey inward, into the very core of your being, where the creative power of the universe resides. You will learn the one commandment that governs reality. You will discover how consciousness shapes the material world. You will understand why your assumptions become facts, why your feelings are the language of creation, and why your imagination is the workshop of God. But more than this, you will remember who you truly are. You will recognize yourself as the operant power in your world, and you will never see your life the same way again. So breathe slowly now. Release the need to understand everything immediately. Open your mind to possibilities that may seem impossible to your rational mind. Let your soul receive these words, for they are not meant for your intellect alone, but for the deepest part of your being that knows truth when it hears it. You are safe here. You are protected. You are exactly where you need to be. And as you listen, as you absorb these teachings, remember this. The universe has been waiting for you to remember your power. The commandment of reality mastery is not new. It is ancient. It is eternal. And it has always been yours. Chapter 1. The illusion of objective reality. Look around you right now. What do you see? A room, perhaps. Objects. Light and shadow. Shapes and colors. Your mind is processing millions of pieces of information in every single second, filtering them, organizing them, creating a coherent picture of what you call reality. But here is the secret that science is only beginning to understand. What you perceive is not an objective fact existing independently of your mind. It is a construction. It is your brain's interpretation of an infinite ocean of data, filtered through your beliefs, your expectations, and your past experiences. The world you see is not the world as it is, but the world as you have been conditioned to see it. Two people can stand in the same room and see two completely different realities. One person sees limitation and scarcity. Another sees possibility and abundance. One person sees a problem. Another sees an opportunity. This is not because they have different eyeballs, but because they have different internal states, different assumptions, different frequencies of consciousness. Your senses are not windows to objective reality. They are projectors. They are broadcasting your internal state outward and calling it the external world. This is the foundation of everything that will follow. This is the crack in the wall that will eventually lead to your liberation. Consider the power of expectation. A doctor gives a patient a sugar pill and tells them it is a powerful medicine. The patient's symptoms improve. This is not imagination. This is not placebo in the dismissive sense. This is consciousness directly affecting matter. This is your internal state reshaping your external experience. Your brain does not distinguish between a real event and a vividly imagined event. Both activate the same neural pathways. Both create the same chemical cascades in your body. Both are equally real to your consciousness. And if both are equally real to your consciousness, then which one is truly real? You have been taught that reality is objective, that it exists independent of your perception, that you are a small, insignificant observer in a vast mechanical universe. But what if this is the greatest lie ever told? What if the truth is the opposite? What if consciousness is primary and matter is secondary? What if the universe is not a machine, but a living, responsive intelligence that molds itself according to your beliefs and assumptions? This shift in perspective is not merely intellectual. It is a fundamental reorganization of your understanding of existence itself. Your past experiences have created neural pathways in your brain. These pathways have become habitual. They have become automatic. They have become what you call your personality, your character, your way of being. But here is the liberating truth. These pathways are not permanent. They are not fixed. They are constantly being rewired based on your attention, your imagination, and your assumptions. Every single day you have the power to create new pathways, new patterns, new ways of perceiving and experiencing the world. You are not trapped by your past. You are liberated by the plasticity of your own consciousness. The events of your life are not happening to you. They are happening through you. They are the external manifestation of your internal state. Your circumstances are not random. They are not the result of bad luck or cosmic chance. They are the precise mechanical result of your dominant thoughts, your habitual feelings, and your core assumptions about yourself and the world. This is not philosophy. This is not wishful thinking. This is the operating principle of consciousness itself. And once you truly grasp this, you will never again blame anyone or anything for your circumstances. Think about the last time you worried about something that never happened. Your mind created a vivid scenario. Your body reacted as if it were real. Your emotions were genuine. Your stress was authentic, yet the event never occurred. Your consciousness had created a reality that existed only in your mind, yet it affected your body, your mood, and your choices as if it were external fact. This demonstrates the power of your imagination to create experience. This demonstrates that what you focus on becomes your reality. This is the first principle you must understand before you can master the commandment. So begin now to question everything you have been taught about the nature of reality. Begin to notice how your internal state shapes your external experience. Begin to observe how your expectations create your perceptions. Begin to see that you are not a passive observer in a fixed world, but an active creator in a malleable universe. This is not arrogance. This is not delusion. This is the simple, observable truth about how consciousness and reality interact. And with this understanding as your foundation, you are ready to receive the one commandment that will transform everything. Chapter 2. The Prime Commandment. Consciousness is the only reality. In the beginning, there was not light and darkness, matter and energy, or even space and time. In the beginning, there was consciousness. All else flows from this one fundamental truth. This is not a religious statement. This is not a belief system. This is the most direct observation you can make about the nature of existence. Everything you experience, everything you perceive, everything you know exists within consciousness. You cannot step outside of consciousness to verify that anything exists independently of it. Therefore, consciousness is the only reality you can ever know with certainty. Everything else is a manifestation within it. The physical world is not less real than consciousness. It is not more real either. It is a different expression of the same fundamental substance. Your body, the chair you sit in, the stars in the sky, all are consciousness taking form. All are the infinite potential of awareness crystallizing into specific patterns and structures. When you understand this deeply, not just intellectually, but in your bones, in your cells, in the very fiber of your being, everything changes. You stop seeing yourself as a small, separate consciousness trapped in a body in a hostile world. You begin to recognize yourself as the consciousness that is creating and sustaining all of it. This is the prime commandment. Consciousness is the only reality. Everything else is its manifestation. Your thoughts are real. Your feelings are real. Your imagination is real. These are not less real than the material world. They are more fundamental. They are the cause. The material world is the effect. For millennia, humanity has had this backwards. You have believed that the material world is primary and that your consciousness is merely a byproduct of it. But the truth is the inverse. Your consciousness is primary. The material world is the manifestation of it. This single reversal of understanding is the key that unlocks the door to reality mastery. When you accept this commandment, you shift your identity from being a product of the world to being the source of it. You are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of them. This is not a comfortable realization for the ego. The ego has spent its entire existence defending itself, blaming others, making excuses, and seeking external validation. The ego does not want to accept responsibility for creating its own suffering. But the master knows the truth. The master knows that accepting this responsibility is the greatest gift, because it means that you have the power to change everything. Consider this carefully. If consciousness is the only reality, then your consciousness is creating your reality. Not partially, not sometimes, but completely and constantly. Every person you encounter is a manifestation of your consciousness. Every circumstance you face is a manifestation of your consciousness. Every abundance or lack in your life is a manifestation of your consciousness. This is not to say that other people do not have their own consciousness. They do. But in your reality, in your experience, they are extensions of your own consciousness. They are yourself pushed out. They are reflections of your internal state. This understanding dissolves blame. It dissolves victimhood. It dissolves the illusion of separation. When you truly grasp that the world is yourself pushed out, you can no longer hate anyone, because you would be hating yourself. You can no longer feel powerless, because you would be denying your own creative authority. You can no longer wait for the world to change, because you would be waiting for yourself to change. This is the liberation that comes from accepting the prime commandment. This is the freedom that emerges when you stop looking outside yourself for the source of your experience. The implications of this truth are staggering. It means that your assumptions become facts. It means that your beliefs shape your reality. It means that your imagination is not to escape from reality, but the very mechanism through which reality is created. It means that you are far more powerful than you have ever imagined. It means that the only thing standing between you and the life of your dreams is your willingness to accept this commandment and live by it. It means that you are not waiting for permission. You are not waiting for the right circumstances. You are not waiting for anything. You are ready now. Breathe into this truth. Let it settle into your consciousness. Feel the weight of it. Feel the power of it. Feel the responsibility of it. You are the creator of your reality, not sometimes, not in theory, but now, in this moment, in every moment. This is the prime commandment. This is the foundation upon which all reality mastery is built. And as you move forward through these teachings, return again and again to this central truth. Everything else flows from this. Everything else is an application of this. You are consciousness. You are the only reality, and everything you experience is your own creation. Chapter 3. The Projector and the Screen. Understanding your mind. Your mind is a projector. This is not a metaphor. This is a precise description of how consciousness creates experience. Inside this projector are all of your images, your beliefs, your assumptions, your memories, your expectations. These are the slides. And the world around you is the screen upon which these slides are projected. What you see on the screen is not an objective reality existing independently. It is your internal state made manifest. It is your consciousness externalized. When you look at the world, you are not seeing the world. You are seeing yourself. Most people spend their entire lives trying to manipulate the screen. They try to change their circumstances by working harder, by manipulating others, by forcing external conditions to shift, but this is futile. The screen cannot be changed directly. The screen can only change when the slide in the projector changes. This is the secret that transforms everything. You do not need to change the world. You need to change the film that is playing in your mind. You do not need to manipulate your circumstances. You need to shift your internal state. The world will rearrange itself automatically to match the new slide you have inserted into the projector. Think about your dominant thoughts throughout the day. What film is currently playing in your mental projector? Are you thinking thoughts of lack or abundance? Are you thinking thoughts of unworthiness or deserving? Are you thinking thoughts of limitation or possibility? These thoughts are the slides. These thoughts are creating the reality you see. If you are constantly thinking thoughts of scarcity, then the screen of your life will display scarcity. If you are constantly thinking thoughts of abundance, then the screen will display abundance. The external world is not causing your thoughts. Your thoughts are causing the external world. But here is where most people get stuck. They try to change their thoughts through willpower alone. They try to force themselves to think positive thoughts while their deeper beliefs remain unchanged. This is like trying to change the slide in the projector while wearing oven mitts. It is clumsy and ineffective. The real work is not in changing your conscious thoughts. It is in changing your core beliefs, your fundamental assumptions about yourself and the world. These are the deeper slides in the projector. These are the ones that are actually creating your reality. Your conscious thoughts are merely the surface expression of these deeper beliefs. Your beliefs are not random. They were not chosen by you. They were installed in you by your environment, your upbringing, your culture, your past experiences. For years, perhaps your entire life, these beliefs have been running automatically in the background, like a program on a computer. You have not been aware of them. You have not questioned them. You have simply accepted them as truth. But now, you are becoming aware. Now, you are beginning to see the film that is playing in your projector. And once you see it, you have the power to change it. To change the slide, you must first become aware of what slide is currently playing. You must observe your life and ask yourself, what beliefs would I need to hold to be experiencing this reality? If you are experiencing poverty, what belief about money or yourself would create that experience? If you are experiencing loneliness, what belief about relationships or your worthiness would create that? If you are experiencing illness, what belief about your body or your power would create that? By reverse engineering your reality, you can identify the slides that are currently in your projector. And once you identify them, you can replace them. The process of replacement is simple, but requires consistency. You must consciously choose a new belief. You must imagine yourself living from this new belief. You must feel the reality of this new belief as if it were already true. You must do this repeatedly until this new belief becomes your dominant thought, your automatic assumption, your default state of consciousness. As you do this, the slide in your projector changes. And as the slide changes, the screen of your life begins to shift. Circumstances begin to rearrange. People begin to respond to you differently. Opportunities begin to appear. This is not magic. This is the mechanical operation of consciousness. Understand this clearly. You are not the screen. You are not the circumstances. You are the projector. You are the source. You are the consciousness that is creating all of it. And as long as you remain identified with the screen, as long as you believe that your circumstances are causing your internal state, you will remain powerless. But the moment you recognize yourself as the projector, the moment you take responsibility for the film that is playing, the moment you understand that you have the power to change the slide, everything shifts. You become the master of your reality. You become the conscious creator of your experience. And the world has no choice but to obey. Chapter 4. The language of the universe. Feeling is the secret. The universe does not speak in words. It does not respond to your affirmations if they are hollow and empty. It does not obey your commands if they are merely intellectual exercises. The universe speaks in the language of feeling. Feeling is the energetic frequency that carries your desires into manifestation. Feeling is the bridge between the inner world of imagination and the outer world of experience. Your thoughts are the blueprint. Your feelings are the energetic charge that brings the blueprint to life. Without feeling, your thoughts are powerless. With feeling, your thoughts become irresistible creative forces. Consider the difference between thinking a thought and feeling a thought. You can think, I am wealthy, while your body is tense, your stomach is knotted, and your heart is racing with anxiety. In this case, your thought and your feeling are in conflict. Your feeling is broadcasting the frequency of lack and desperation, even though your words are claiming abundance. The universe responds to the frequency you are broadcasting, not to the words you are speaking. The universe responds to your feeling state. This is why so many people fail at manifestation. They are trying to think their way to abundance while feeling their way to scarcity. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is the master key to impressing your desires upon the fabric of reality. This is not the feeling of wanting something in the future. This is the feeling of already having it now. This is the emotional state of someone who has already received what they desire. When you cultivate this feeling, when you marinate yourself in this emotional state, you are broadcasting a frequency that is irresistible to the universe. You are saying with your entire being, not just your words, this is already mine. This is already real. This is already done. And the universe responds by making it so. How do you cultivate the feeling of the wish fulfilled? You do not do it through gritted teeth and forced positivity. You do it through imagination. You do it through deliberately creating a scene in your mind where you already have what you desire. You do it through engaging all of your senses in this imaginal act. You see what you would see if your desire were already fulfilled. You hear what you would hear. You feel what you would feel. You move through this imagined scene as if it were real, because in consciousness it is real. And as you do this, the feeling arises naturally. It is not forced. It is authentic. It is powerful. Your body does not know the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined event. Both activate the same neural pathways. Both trigger the same chemical cascades. Both create the same emotional response. So when you imagine yourself already having your desire, your body responds as if you already have it. Your nervous system shifts into the frequency of already having it. Your energy field broadcasts the frequency of already having it. And this frequency is what attracts the circumstances, people, and opportunities that will manifest your desire in the physical world. Most people are broadcasting the frequency of lack. They are constantly feeling the absence of what they desire. They are constantly feeling the gap between where they are and where they want to be. This feeling of lack is a powerful frequency. It attracts more lack. It attracts more absence. It attracts more of the gap. The law of attraction is not a reward system. It is not punishing you for negative thoughts. It is simply responding to the frequency you are broadcasting. You are attracting what you are feeling. You are attracting what you are being. Change your feeling, and you change what you attract. This is why detachment is so important. This is why you must move beyond the desperate, anxious feeling of wanting something. You must shift into the calm, confident feeling of already having it. This is not about pretending, but about a genuine shift in consciousness from wanting to having. It is about feeling as if your desire is already a done deal, already a certainty, already yours. When you can maintain this feeling, when you can hold this frequency steady, manifestation becomes inevitable. It becomes effortless. It becomes a natural unfolding rather than a desperate struggle. Begin now to pay attention to your feeling states. Notice what frequencies you are broadcasting throughout your day. Notice what you are attracting based on these frequencies. And then deliberately choose to shift your feeling. Choose to imagine the wish fulfilled. Choose to feel as if your desire is already real. Choose to broadcast the frequency of abundance, worthiness, health, love, and joy. Do this not because you are trying to manipulate the universe, but because you are aligning yourself with the truth of what you already are. You are already whole. You are already worthy. You are already deserving. Feel this truth and watch as the universe rearranges itself to reflect it. Chapter 5. The Law of Assumption. Your reality is your own decree. Whatever you assume to be true with feeling and conviction will inevitably harden into fact in your reality. This is the law of assumption. This is not a law that you must obey. This is a law that is already operating, whether you are conscious of it or not. You have been using this law your entire life. Every circumstance in your life is the result of an assumption you have been making, consciously or unconsciously. Your job is not to make the law work. Your job is to become conscious of how it is already working and to direct it deliberately toward your desires. An assumption is not a hope. An assumption is not a wish. An assumption is a conviction. It is a deep, internal knowing that something is true. When you assume something, you are not trying to convince yourself. You are not performing mental gymnastics. You are simply accepting something as a given fact. You are taking it for granted. You are moving through the world as if it is already true. This is the power of assumption. This is what makes it so effective. When you assume something, your entire being aligns with it. Your thoughts align with it. Your feelings align with it. Your actions align with it. And reality has no choice but to conform to this alignment. Consider a simple example. Assume that you are someone who is naturally confident. Do not try to become confident. Do not try to fake it until you make it. Simply assume that you are already confident. Take this as a given. Move through the world as if this is already true. Notice how your posture changes. Notice how your voice changes. Notice how people respond to you differently. Notice how opportunities appear that would not have appeared otherwise. This is the law of assumption in action. You have not changed anything external. You have only changed your assumption. And the world has rearranged itself to match your new assumption. The challenge is that you have been making assumptions your entire life, and most of them are not serving you. You have assumed that you are not good enough. You have assumed that money is hard to come by. You have assumed that you are not worthy of love. You have assumed that your dreams are unrealistic. These assumptions have hardened into facts in your reality. They have become your circumstances. They have become your life. But here is the liberating truth. You can change your assumptions at any time. You can issue new decrees. You can declare new truths. And reality will conform to these new decrees. The process of changing your assumptions is not complicated, but it requires consistency and conviction. First, you must identify the assumption you want to change. What assumption are you currently making that is creating an unwanted reality? Once you have identified it, you must consciously choose a new assumption. You must decide what you want to assume to be true instead. Then, you must persist in this new assumption regardless of what your senses are telling you. This is the crucial part. Your senses will show you evidence of your old assumption. Your circumstances will seem to contradict your new assumption. But you must persist anyway. Your senses are showing you the result of your past assumptions, not the reality of your present ones. There is a time lag between the assumption and its manifestation. During this time lag, you must not waver. You must not doubt. You must not return to your old assumption. You must persist in your new assumption with the quiet confidence of someone who already knows it is true. This persistence is the fire that forges your assumption into fact. This persistence is what transforms your decree into reality. Without this persistence, your assumption will crumble under the weight of contradictory evidence. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your assumption is through the technique of revision. When something happens that contradicts your new assumption, you do not accept it as truth. You revise it. You imagine it happening the way you would have preferred it to happen. You feel the reality of the revised scene. You do this before you go to sleep, when your subconscious mind is most receptive. By revising the event, you are essentially telling your subconscious mind, "This is not what happened. This is what happened." And your subconscious mind accepts this new version as truth. Over time, this practice strengthens your new assumption and weakens the old one. Know this with absolute certainty. You are not limited by your current circumstances. You are not limited by your past. You are not limited by what others believe about you. You are only limited by your assumptions. And since you have the power to change your assumptions, you have the power to change everything. This is your decree. This is your commandment. Assume that you are worthy. Assume that you are capable. Assume that you are deserving of all good things. Assume that your desires are already manifesting. Assume that you are living in a universe that is conspiring in your favor. Make these assumptions with conviction. Hold them with persistence. And watch as reality bends to obey your decree. Before we continue, I have something special for you. We've just released a new ebook that goes even deeper into the wisdom you're hearing right now. If you want to explore these teachings on a deeper level, the link is waiting for you in the first pinned comment of this video. Take a moment to check it out. You won't regret it. Now, let's return to the audiobook. Chapter 6. The Art of Revision. Rewriting your past to change your present. There is a technique so powerful, so transformative, that once you understand it, you will never again feel trapped by your past. This technique is called revision. It is based on a simple but revolutionary understanding. The past does not exist except in your memory and imagination. The past is not fixed. The past is not immutable. The past is malleable. It is fluid. It exists only in the realm of consciousness. And since consciousness is the only reality, you have the power to revise your past and, in doing so, transform your present. Think about how you remember your past. You do not have a perfect recording of events. You have a story that you tell yourself about events. You have an interpretation. You have a narrative, and this narrative is not objective truth. It is a construction of your mind. It is colored by your beliefs, your emotions, your current state of consciousness. Two people who experience the same event will remember it differently. They will have different stories. They will draw different conclusions. This demonstrates that the past is not a fixed fact. The past is a story, and stories can be rewritten. When you revise an unwanted memory, you are not denying that the event occurred. You are not engaging in delusion. You are simply choosing a different story about the event. You are simply choosing a different interpretation. You are simply choosing a different narrative. And as you do this, the emotional charge associated with the memory begins to shift. The power that the memory had over you begins to diminish. The negative influence that the memory was exerting on your present circumstances begins to fade. This is not psychology. This is not therapy. This is the direct application of the law of assumption to your past. Here is how you practice revision. Before you go to sleep, when your mind is relaxed and your subconscious is receptive, you review your day. You look for any moment that did not conform to your ideal. You find a scene that you would like to change. Perhaps someone said something hurtful. Perhaps you made a mistake. Perhaps something did not go the way you wanted. You take this scene and you revise it. You imagine it happening the way you would have preferred it to happen. You see it clearly. You feel the reality of it. You move through the revised scene as if it were real, because in consciousness it is real. The key to effective revision is to engage your senses fully. Do not just think about the revised scene, imagine it vividly. See the colors, hear the sounds, feel the textures, smell the scents, taste the flavors. Make it as real as possible in your imagination. And most importantly, feel the emotions that you would feel if the revised scene were actually what had happened. Feel the relief. Feel the joy. Feel the satisfaction. Feel the gratification. This emotional engagement is what makes the revision stick. This emotional engagement is what tells your subconscious mind that this is the new truth. By revising your day before you go to sleep, you are essentially reprogramming your subconscious mind. You are telling it, this is not what happened, this is what happened. And your subconscious mind accepts this new version as truth. Over time, as you continue to revise, your subconscious mind becomes reprogrammed. Your automatic thoughts change, your automatic reactions change, your automatic assumptions change. And as these internal changes occur, your external reality begins to shift. The power of revision extends beyond your day. You can revise any moment from your past. You can revise your childhood. You can revise your relationships. You can revise your failures. You can revise your trauma. You do not do this to deny what happened. You do this to change the cause of your present circumstances. Your present circumstances are the effect of your past assumptions and beliefs. By revising your past, by changing the story you tell about your past, you are changing the cause. And when you change the cause, the effect automatically changes. Your present transforms. Your future opens up. This is one of the most liberating practices you can engage in. It frees you from the tyranny of your history. It frees you from the belief that your past determines your future. It frees you from the victim consciousness that says, this happened to me, and therefore I am damaged. Instead, you recognize that you have the power to rewrite your story. You have the power to choose a new narrative. You have the power to claim a new past. And as you do this, you step into a new present and a new future. Begin tonight. Choose one moment from your day that you would like to revise. Imagine it the way you would have preferred it. Feel the reality of it, and watch as your life begins to transform. Chapter 7. The state, akin to sleep, the gateway to the subconscious. There exists a state of consciousness that is more powerful than any other for impressing the subconscious mind with new beliefs and assumptions. This state is called the state akin to sleep. It is the moment just before you fall asleep and the moment just after you wake up. In these moments, your conscious mind is quiet, your rational defenses are down, your critical faculty is offline, your subconscious mind is wide open and receptive. This is the secret workshop where the blueprints of your reality are drawn. This is where the real work of creation happens. During the day, your conscious mind is active. It is filtering information. It is making judgments. It is defending your existing beliefs. It is resistant to new ideas that contradict what you already believe. This resistance is protective in some ways, but it is also limiting. It prevents you from accepting new assumptions that could transform your life. But in the state akin to sleep, this resistance dissolves. Your conscious mind steps aside. Your subconscious mind becomes the dominant force. And in this state, new suggestions, new assumptions, new beliefs can be impressed upon your mind with remarkable ease. The hypnagogic state is the transition from wakefulness to sleep. The hypnopompic state is the transition from sleep to wakefulness. Both of these states are gateways to the subconscious. In these states, you are neither fully awake nor fully asleep. You are in a liminal space. You are in a threshold. You are in a place where the rules of the waking world do not apply. In this place, consciousness is more fluid. Reality is more malleable. Your creative power is more accessible. This is why these states are so valuable for the practice of reality mastery. To use the state akin to sleep for manifestation, you must first choose what you want to impress upon your subconscious mind. What assumption do you want to accept? What belief do you want to install? What desire do you want to manifest? Once you have chosen, you lie in bed in the state akin to sleep, and you engage in an imaginal act. You imagine yourself already having what you desire. You move through a scene where your desire is already fulfilled. You engage all of your senses. You feel the reality of it. You do this not with effort or strain, but with a relaxed, drowsy quality. You allow yourself to drift into this imaginal act as you drift towards sleep. The key is to do this in a state of relaxation and surrender. You are not trying to force anything. You are not gripping or straining. You are simply allowing yourself to imagine and to drift. You are like a child daydreaming before sleep. You are loose and open and receptive. In this state, your imagination is more vivid, your feelings are more authentic, your subconscious mind is more receptive, and the impression you are making is deeper and more lasting than any impression you could make during the day when your conscious mind is active. Many people find it helpful to use a phrase or an affirmation during this state. You might whisper to yourself, "I am wealthy," or "I am healthy," or "I am loved," or whatever your desire is. You whisper this phrase softly as you drift towards sleep. You feel the truth of it. You allow the feeling to carry you into sleep. And as you sleep, your subconscious mind is working with this new assumption. It is integrating it. It is accepting it. It is beginning to reorganize your reality around this new belief. Another powerful technique is to imagine yourself already living your desired life. Imagine waking up in your new home. Imagine the feeling of abundance. Imagine the relationships you desire. Imagine the health and vitality you desire. Imagine all of this in the state akin to sleep. Let yourself drift into this imagined reality. Let yourself fall asleep in this imagined reality. And as you sleep, you are programming your subconscious mind to accept this as your new normal. You are installing a new operating system. You are rewriting the code of your reality. Do this practice every night. Make it a ritual. Make it a sacred practice. As you lie in bed in the state akin to sleep, take a few moments to consciously impress your subconscious mind with your new assumptions. Do this with the understanding that you are not trying to convince yourself. You are not trying to overcome doubt. You are simply planting seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. You are simply allowing new beliefs to take root. And over time, as you continue this practice, these new beliefs will grow. They will strengthen. They will become your dominant assumptions, and your reality will transform to match them. Chapter 8. Detachment. The unshakable foundation of the master. Detachment is misunderstood by most people. They believe that detachment means not caring. They believe that detachment means a lack of desire. They believe that detachment means indifference. But this is a fundamental misunderstanding. True detachment is not about the absence of desire. True detachment is about freedom from anxiety and the need for external validation. True detachment is the calm assurance that what you have assumed in consciousness is already a fact, and therefore you do not need to worry about its appearance in the physical world. This is the unshakable foundation of the master. When you are attached to your desire, you are broadcasting the frequency of lack. You are saying with your entire being, "I do not have this yet, and I desperately need it." This frequency attracts more lack. It attracts more desperation. It attracts more of the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Your attachment is actually pushing your desire away from you. Your desperation is actually repelling what you desire. This is why so many people who are trying hardest to manifest their desires are the ones who struggle the most. They are broadcasting the wrong frequency. They are broadcasting the frequency of someone who does not have what they desire. Detachment, on the other hand, broadcasts the frequency of someone who already has what they desire. When you are detached, you are saying, "I have already received this in consciousness. It is already mine. It is already done. I do not need to worry about how or when it will appear in the physical world. I trust that it will appear, because I have already claimed it in the realm of consciousness." This frequency is irresistible. This frequency attracts the circumstances, people, and opportunities that will manifest your desire. This frequency says, "I am whole without this, but I am also worthy of having this." The practice of detachment begins with a shift in perspective. You must understand that you have already received what you desire in the realm of consciousness. You have already imagined it. You have already felt it. You have already assumed it to be true. In the realm of consciousness, it is already done. The only thing that remains is for it to appear in the physical world. But this appearance is inevitable. It is automatic. It is a mechanical consequence of your internal state. So you do not need to worry about it. You do not need to force it. You do not need to control it. You simply need to trust that it is coming. How do you cultivate this trust? You cultivate it by remembering that consciousness is the only reality. You cultivate it by understanding that the physical world is simply a reflection of your internal state. You cultivate it by observing how your past assumptions have manifested in your life. You have assumed things to be true, and they have become true. You have believed things about yourself, and your life has conformed to these beliefs. This is proof that the law works. This is proof that your assumptions do become facts. So why would you doubt that your current assumptions will also become facts? Detachment also means releasing the need to know how your desire will manifest. The how is not your business. The how is the business of the universe. Your business is to assume that you already have what you desire and to maintain this assumption. The universe will figure out the how. The universe will arrange the circumstances. The universe will bring the people. The universe will create the opportunities. All you need to do is stay out of the way. All you need to do is not interfere with the process by doubting or worrying. All you need to do is maintain your assumption and allow the manifestation to unfold naturally. Many people sabotage their manifestations by trying to control the how. They try to figure out exactly how their desire will come to pass. They try to plan every step. They try to force things to happen. But this is resistance. This is doubt disguised as action. This is fear disguised as planning. When you are truly detached, you do not need to know the how. You simply know that your desire is already yours, and you trust that it will appear. You move through your day with this quiet confidence. You take inspired action when it feels right, but you do not force things. You do not manipulate. You do not scheme. You simply allow. This is the paradox of manifestation. The more detached you are, the faster your desires manifest. The more you let go of the need to control the outcome, the more the universe can work on your behalf. The more you trust in the process, the more the process delivers. So practice detachment, practice releasing your grip, practice trusting that what you have assumed in consciousness is already a fact. Practice moving through your day as someone who already has what they desire. Practice the quiet confidence of the master who knows that reality has no choice but to obey. Chapter 9. The Power of Imagination, the Workshop of God. Imagination is not a frivolous escape from reality. Imagination is not a waste of time. Imagination is the most powerful creative force in the universe. Imagination is the workshop of God. It is in the workshop of imagination that all of creation is first conceived and formed. Before anything exists in the physical world, it must first exist in imagination. Before any invention, any building, any relationship, any circumstance exists in your life, it must first exist in your imagination. This is the creative process. This is how the universe works. And you have access to this creative power right now. Most people have been taught to devalue their imagination. They have been told that imagination is for children, for artists, for dreamers, for people who are not grounded in reality. They have been taught that the real world is the physical world and that imagination is merely a mental escape. But this is backwards. Imagination is more real than the physical world. Imagination is the source. The physical world is the manifestation. When you imagine something vividly and persistently, you are creating it in the realm of consciousness. And what is created in consciousness will inevitably manifest in the physical world. The key is to use your imagination deliberately and constructively. Most people use their imagination unconsciously. They imagine worst-case scenarios. They imagine failure. They imagine rejection. They imagine lack. And these imaginations become their reality. But you can use your imagination consciously. You can deliberately imagine what you desire. You can deliberately create mental scenes where your desires are already fulfilled. You can deliberately use your imagination as a tool for creation rather than as a tool for self-sabotage. To use your imagination effectively, you must engage all of your senses. Do not just think about what you desire. Imagine it vividly. See it clearly. Hear the sounds, feel the textures, smell the scents, taste the flavors. Make your imaginal act as real as possible. The more real you can make it in your imagination, the more real it becomes in consciousness, and the more quickly it will manifest in the physical world. This is not fantasy. This is not daydreaming. This is deliberate creation. This is the conscious use of the creative power that is your birthright. In a temple long lost to sand, the ancient masters understood this secret. They knew that imagination was the key to creation. They would spend hours in deep meditation, imagining their desires into being. They would create elaborate mental scenes. They would feel the reality of these scenes. They would move through these imagined worlds as if they were real. And then they would watch as these imagined realities manifested in their physical lives. They understood that imagination was not separate from reality. Imagination was the first stage of reality. Imagination was where reality began. The technique of imaginal acts is the practical application of this understanding. An imaginal act is a single, complete scene that you imagine in full sensory detail. It is not a vague visualization. It is not a general wish. It is a specific, vivid, detailed scene where your desire is already fulfilled. You imagine this scene as if you are experiencing it right now. You are not imagining it from the perspective of someone who wants it in the future. You are imagining it from the perspective of someone who already has it now. You engage all of your senses, you feel the emotions, you move through the scene, and then you let it go. The power of imaginal acts is that they impress your subconscious mind with a new reality. They tell your subconscious mind, this is real, this is true, this is already happening. Your subconscious mind does not distinguish between a real event and a vividly imagined event. Both are equally real to your subconscious mind, so when you engage in an imaginal act, you are essentially reprogramming your subconscious mind. You are installing a new belief, you are setting a new default, and your subconscious mind will then work to make this imagined reality manifest in your physical life. Begin now to reclaim your imagination as the powerful creative tool that it is. Stop using it to imagine worst-case scenarios. Stop using it to imagine failure and rejection. Start using it deliberately to imagine your desires already fulfilled. Spend time each day in your workshop of imagination. Create vivid, detailed scenes where your life is exactly as you desire it to be. Feel the reality of these scenes. Move through them as if they are already true. And trust that as you do this, the universe is rearranging itself to match your imagined reality. Your imagination is not separate from creation. Your imagination is creation itself. Chapter 10. Living in the End, the secret to effortless manifestation. The principle of living in the end is the art of mentally and emotionally inhabiting your desired reality before it physically manifests. It is the secret to effortless manifestation. It is the fastest and most direct path to experiencing your desires. Most people live in the beginning. They live in the state of wanting. They live in the state of lack. They live in the state of striving. They are constantly focused on the gap between where they are and where they want to be. But the master lives in the end. The master lives in the state of already having. The master lives in the state of already being. The master lives as if the desire is already fulfilled. When you live in the end, you are not pretending. You are not faking it. You are not engaging in self-deception. You are simply shifting your point of view. You are shifting your perspective from the perspective of someone who wants something to the perspective of someone who already has it. You are shifting your state of consciousness from the state of lack to the state of fulfillment. This shift in consciousness is not a mental exercise. It is a genuine reorganization of your being. It affects how you think. It affects how you feel. It affects how you move through the world. It affects what you attract. Think about how a person who is already wealthy thinks and feels. They do not worry about money. They do not feel anxious about their financial future. They do not feel desperate or needy. They feel secure. They feel confident. They feel abundant. They make decisions from a place of abundance rather than from a place of scarcity. They are generous. They are relaxed. They are at ease. Now imagine that you adopt this same state of consciousness right now, before you have manifested the wealth. Imagine that you think and feel as if you are already wealthy. Imagine that you make decisions as if you are already wealthy. This is living in the end. The practice of living in the end begins with a shift in your inner conversations. Your inner conversations are the dialogue you have with yourself throughout the day. They are the thoughts you think. They are the stories you tell yourself. Most people's inner conversations are rooted in the state of wanting. They are constantly saying to themselves, I want this, or I need this, or I hope this happens, or I wish this were true. But when you live in the end, your inner conversations shift. You begin to say to yourself, I have this, or I am this, or this is already mine, or this is already happening. This shift in your inner dialogue is what transforms your state of consciousness. You can also live in the end through your emotional reactions. Notice how you react to events throughout your day. Do you react from a place of lack or from a place of abundance? Do you react from a place of fear or from a place of confidence? When you live in the end, you begin to react as if your desire is already fulfilled. If someone offers you an opportunity, you accept it with the confidence of someone who knows they are worthy of it. If you encounter a challenge, you face it with the calm assurance of someone who knows they can overcome it. If you receive criticism, you respond with the security of someone who knows their own worth. These emotional reactions are not forced. They are natural expressions of your new state of consciousness. Living in the end also means changing your physical habits and behaviors. If you desire health, you begin to move your body as if you are already healthy. You begin to eat as if you are already healthy. You begin to sleep as if you are already healthy. If you desire a loving relationship, you begin to treat yourself and others as if you are already in a loving relationship. You begin to open your heart. You begin to be vulnerable. You begin to give love freely. These physical actions are not separate from your inner state. They are expressions of your inner state, and they reinforce your inner state. As you act as if your desire is already fulfilled, your state of consciousness deepens, your conviction strengthens, your manifestation accelerates. The beauty of living in the end is that it removes the struggle from manifestation. You are not trying to get something. You are not trying to become something. You are simply being something. You are simply inhabiting a state of consciousness that already contains what you desire. And from this state, everything flows naturally. Opportunities appear. Synchronicities occur. People show up to help you. Circumstances align. This is not magic. This is the natural consequence of living from a state of consciousness that is aligned with your desire. This is the effortless manifestation that comes from living in the end. Begin now to practice living in the end. Choose one desire. Imagine that it is already fulfilled. Imagine that it is already yours. Shift your perspective to the perspective of someone who already has it. Change your inner conversations. Change your emotional reactions. Change your physical behaviors. Move through your day as if your desire is already real. Do not wait for external confirmation. Do not wait for physical evidence. Simply inhabit the state of consciousness that already contains your desire. And as you do this consistently, as you do this persistently, the physical manifestation will follow. The world will rearrange itself to match your inner state, and you will experience the effortless manifestation that comes from living in the end. Chapter 11. The Pruning Shears of Revision, Cutting Away Unwanted Branches. Every night, before you go to sleep, you have an opportunity to prune away the negative and unwanted moments from your day. This is the practice of daily mental hygiene. This is the art of using revision as a gardener uses pruning shears to cut away the dead and diseased branches from a tree. When you prune a tree, you are not denying that those branches existed. You are simply removing them so that the tree can grow more beautifully and more healthily. Similarly, when you revise your day, you are not denying that unwanted moments occurred. You are simply removing their negative influence so that you can grow more beautifully and more healthily. Most people carry the events of their day into their sleep. They carry the stress, they carry the frustration, they carry the disappointment, they carry the shame. They carry all of this negative energy into their subconscious mind during sleep. And while they sleep, their subconscious mind is processing this negative energy. It is integrating it. It is accepting it as truth. It is using it to reshape their beliefs and assumptions. By morning, they have unconsciously reinforced the very patterns and beliefs that created the unwanted events in the first place. This is how people get stuck in cycles. This is how negative patterns perpetuate themselves. But you can break this cycle. You can interrupt this pattern. You can use the practice of revision to prevent negative energy from entering your subconscious mind during sleep. Before you go to sleep, you review your day. You look for any moment that did not conform to your ideal. You look for any interaction that did not go the way you wanted. You look for any event that caused you pain or frustration, and then you revise it. You imagine it happening the way you would have preferred it to happen. You feel the reality of the revised scene, and then you let it go. The process of revision is simple but requires consistency. As you lie in bed, relaxed and drowsy, you think back through your day. You identify a scene that you would like to revise. Perhaps someone was rude to you. Perhaps you made a mistake. Perhaps something did not go according to plan. You take this scene and you replay it in your mind, but this time you change it. You imagine it happening differently. You imagine yourself responding differently. You imagine a different outcome. You see it clearly. You feel it vividly. You move through the revised scene as if it is real. The key to effective revision is to engage your emotions fully. Do not just think about the revised scene intellectually. Feel it. Feel the relief. Feel the satisfaction. Feel the joy. Feel the gratitude. Feel whatever emotions you would feel if the revised scene were actually what had happened. This emotional engagement is what makes the revision effective. This emotional engagement is what tells your subconscious mind that this is the new truth. This emotional engagement is what overwrites the original negative memory with a new, positive one. After you have revised the unwanted scene, you do not think about it anymore. You do not try to convince yourself that the revision is real. You simply accept it and move on. You let it go. You allow your subconscious mind to accept the revised version as truth, and then you might revise another scene from your day. You might revise 2 or 3 scenes, or you might revise just one. The number is not important. What is important is that you are consciously choosing which memories you are accepting into your subconscious mind before you go to sleep. Over time, as you practice this daily revision, your subconscious mind becomes reprogrammed. Your automatic thoughts change. Your automatic reactions change. Your automatic assumptions change. The negative patterns that were perpetuating themselves begin to dissolve. New, positive patterns begin to emerge. Your life begins to shift. Your circumstances begin to improve. Your relationships begin to deepen. Your health begins to improve. All of this happens because you are consciously choosing which experiences you are accepting into your subconscious mind. Make this practice a sacred ritual. Make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Every night before you go to sleep, take a few moments to review your day and revise any unwanted moments. Use the pruning shears of revision to cut away the dead branches. Use this practice to maintain a high state of consciousness. Use this practice to ensure that you are not carrying negative energy into your sleep. And as you do this consistently, watch as your life begins to transform. Watch as the garden of your reality begins to bloom more beautifully than ever before. Chapter 12. The nature of time, a fluid dimension you control. You have been conditioned to believe that time is a fixed linear dimension. You believe that the past is behind you, the future is ahead of you, and the present is a fleeting moment in between. But this is an illusion. This is a construct of your physical senses. In the realm of consciousness, time is not linear. Time is fluid. Time is psychological. The past, the present, and the future all exist simultaneously as possibilities within consciousness, and you move through them based on your state of being. The concept of a fixed past is what keeps most people trapped. They believe that what happened yesterday determines what will happen tomorrow. They believe that their history is their destiny. But this is only true if you allow it to be true. Since the past only exists in your memory and imagination, you have the power to revise it. And when you revise your past, you are not just changing your memory. You are changing the cause of your present circumstances. You are changing the trajectory of your future. You are demonstrating that time is not a fixed line but a fluid dimension that you control. The concept of a fixed future is what creates anxiety and fear. People worry about what might happen tomorrow. They worry about what might happen next year. They worry about what might happen in 10 years. But the future is not fixed. The future is a set of infinite possibilities that exist in consciousness. And you move toward the future that is most aligned with your current state of being. If you are constantly worrying about the future, you are moving toward a future that contains worry. If you are constantly assuming that your desires are fulfilled, you are moving toward a future that contains fulfillment. The future is not something that happens to you. The future is something that you create. The time it takes for your desires to manifest is also fluid. It is not fixed. It is not determined by external factors. It is determined by the time it takes for you to move from the state of wanting to the state of already having. It is determined by the time it takes for your new assumption to become your dominant assumption. When you can truly live in the end, when you can truly feel the reality of your wish fulfilled, the time it takes for your desire to manifest collapses. You are effectively collapsing the timeline between your desire and its fulfillment. This is why the practice of living in the end is so powerful. When you live in the end, you are mentally traveling to the future where your desire is already fulfilled. You are inhabiting that state of consciousness. You are broadcasting that frequency. And as you do this, the physical world begins to rearrange itself to match your internal state. The time it takes for the physical world to catch up to your internal state is the only time that matters. And you have the power to collapse this time by the intensity and persistence of your assumption. In the realm of consciousness, there is no past, present, or future. There is only now. Everything exists in this eternal now. All possibilities exist in this eternal now. All realities exist in this eternal now. And you move through these realities by shifting your state of consciousness. When you shift your state of consciousness, you are not moving through time. You are moving through space. You are moving from one reality to another. You are moving from the reality where you do not have your desire to the reality where you do have your desire. The master understands that time is a tool. It is a psychological construct that can be used to their advantage. They do not allow themselves to be limited by the illusion of linear time. They use the past for revision. They use the present for assumption. They use the future for imagination. They move through time with a sense of freedom and control. They know that they are not a victim of time. They know that they are the master of time. They know that they have the power to collapse the timeline between their desire and its fulfillment. Begin now to challenge your conventional understanding of time. Begin to see time as a fluid dimension that you control. Begin to use the past for revision. Begin to use the present for assumption. Begin to use the future for imagination. Do not allow yourself to be limited by the illusion of linear time. Do not allow yourself to be trapped by your history. Do not allow yourself to be anxious about your future. Live in the eternal now. Live in the state of your wish fulfilled. And watch as the time it takes for your desires to manifest collapses. Watch as you become the master of time. Watch as you become the master of your reality. Chapter 13. Your inner conversations, the script of your life. Your inner conversations are the script of your life. They are the silent internal dialogues you have with yourself throughout the day. They are the thoughts you think. They are the stories you tell yourself. And these inner conversations are a form of prayer that is constantly being answered. They are the most powerful creative force in your life. They are shaping your reality more profoundly than any external action you take. The world around you is simply rearranging itself to reflect the content of your inner conversations. Most people are unconscious of their inner conversations. They allow their minds to wander aimlessly, repeating old stories, rehearsing past failures, anticipating future problems, and criticizing themselves and others. These unconscious inner conversations are creating their reality by default. They are constantly broadcasting a frequency of lack, fear, and limitation. And the world is responding to this frequency by manifesting more lack, fear, and limitation. The world is not punishing them. The world is simply reflecting the content of their inner conversations. The master understands that inner conversations are a creative tool. They are not something to be left to chance. They are something to be directed deliberately and constructively. The master consciously chooses the content of their inner conversations. They consciously choose the stories they tell themselves. They consciously choose the thoughts they think. They consciously choose the dialogue they have with themselves. They use their inner conversations to align themselves with their desires. They use their inner conversations to reinforce their new assumptions. They use their inner conversations to live in the end. The practice of conscious inner conversation begins with awareness. You must first become aware of the nature of your self-talk. What are you saying to yourself throughout the day? Are you saying, "I am not good enough," or "I am worthy of all good things"? Are you saying, "I am struggling," or "I am abundant"? Are you saying, "I am a victim," or "I am the creator of my reality"? You must listen to your inner dialogue without judgment. You must simply observe it. You must simply become aware of the script that is currently playing in your mind. Once you are aware of the script, you can begin to rewrite it. You can begin to construct new inner conversations that are aligned with your desires. You can begin to rehearse these new conversations throughout the day. You can imagine yourself having a conversation with a friend where they are congratulating you on your success. You can imagine yourself having a conversation with yourself where you are affirming your worthiness. You can imagine yourself having a conversation with the universe where you are expressing your gratitude for all that you have received. You can imagine yourself having a conversation with your bank account where it is telling you how abundant you are. The key to effective inner conversation is to make it feel real. You must engage your emotions fully. You must feel the reality of the conversation. You must feel the joy. You must feel the gratitude. You must feel the satisfaction. The more real you can make the conversation in your imagination, the more real it becomes in consciousness, and the more quickly it will manifest in the physical world. This is not just talking to yourself. This is programming your subconscious mind. This is rewriting the script of your life. The world is simply a mirror, reflecting the content of your inner conversations. If you are constantly criticizing yourself, the world will criticize you. If you are constantly affirming your worthiness, the world will affirm your worthiness. If you are constantly rehearsing your success, the world will rehearse your success. The world has no choice but to obey the script that you are constantly playing in your mind. The world is not the cause of your reality. Your inner conversations are the cause of your reality. Begin now to take control of your inner conversations. Begin to consciously choose the script of your life. Begin to rehearse conversations that are aligned with your desires. Begin to affirm your worthiness. Begin to affirm your abundance. Begin to affirm your success. Do this consistently. Do this persistently. Do this with conviction. And watch as the world rearranges itself to reflect the new script that you are playing in your mind. Watch as your inner conversations become your external reality. Watch as you become the conscious author of your life. Chapter 14. The world is yourself pushed out. Seeing your reflection. The world is yourself pushed out. This is one of the most profound and challenging truths of reality mastery. It means that every person, every condition, every event in your life is a reflection of something within your own consciousness. The world is a mirror showing you the contents of your own mind. You are not separate from the world. You are not separate from the people in your life. You are the source of all that you experience, and when you truly grasp this, you gain the ultimate power to transform your life. Most people believe that the world is external to them. They believe that other people are independent entities who act upon them. They believe that circumstances are random events that happen to them. This belief creates a victim consciousness. It creates a sense of powerlessness. It creates a sense of separation. But the master knows the truth. The master knows that the world is a projection of their own consciousness. The master knows that every person, every condition, every event is a reflection of their own beliefs, assumptions, and inner conversations. Consider the people in your life, the people you love, the people you admire, the people you dislike, the people you fear, the people you envy, the people you judge. All of them are reflections of something within you. The qualities you admire in others are qualities that you possess, even if you are not yet conscious of them. The qualities you dislike in others are qualities that you possess, even if you are not yet conscious of them. The way people treat you is a reflection of how you treat yourself and what you believe you deserve. The world is simply reflecting back to you the contents of your own mind. This understanding removes the tendency to blame others or external circumstances. When someone treats you poorly, you do not blame them. You look within yourself and ask, what assumption am I making about myself or about them that is creating this experience? When you encounter a difficult circumstance, you do not blame the circumstance. You look within yourself and ask, what belief or assumption am I holding that is creating this reality? This is a radical form of self-responsibility. It is a radical form of empowerment. It is the key to ultimate freedom and control. The power of this truth is that you can change others by changing your conception of them. You do not need to speak to them. You do not need to confront them. You do not need to manipulate them. You simply need to change your inner conversation about them. You simply need to change your assumption about them. You imagine them as you would like them to be. You imagine them treating you as you would like to be treated. You imagine them being the person you would like them to be. You feel the reality of this new conception. And as you do this, the person in your external world begins to change. They begin to reflect your new conception of them. This is not magic. This is the mechanical operation of consciousness. Since the world is yourself pushed out, when you change your conception of someone, you are changing the part of your consciousness that is creating them. And since they are a reflection of your consciousness, they must change to reflect your new conception. This is why the golden rule of consciousness is so important. Imagine for others as you would have them imagine for you. When you imagine good for others, you are imagining good for yourself. When you imagine abundance for others, you are imagining abundance for yourself. The world is a constant source of feedback. It is constantly showing you the contents of your own mind. It is constantly revealing your hidden beliefs and assumptions. When you encounter an unwanted circumstance, do not resist it. Do not fight it. Do not blame it. Simply observe it. Ask yourself, what is this reflecting back to me? Use the circumstance as a mirror to reveal the hidden contents of your own consciousness. And once you have identified the belief or assumption that is creating the unwanted circumstance, you can revise it. You can change it. You can replace it with a new assumption. Embrace this truth. Embrace the radical self-responsibility that comes with it. You are the sole author of the human dramas in your life. You are the source of all that you experience. You are the creator of your reality. And when you truly grasp this, you gain the ultimate power to transform your life. You gain the ultimate freedom to create the life of your dreams. You gain the ultimate control over your circumstances. The world is yourself pushed out. And since you can change yourself, you can change the world. Begin now to change your conception of yourself and the world, and watch as the world rearranges itself to reflect your new conception. Chapter 15. The Promise. All things are possible to him who believes. The central promise of reality mastery is simple, profound, and absolute. All things are possible to him who believes. This is not a religious statement. This is a statement of the law of consciousness. Belief is the only condition for manifestation. Belief is the only thing that is required. When you believe something to be true, your entire being aligns with that truth. Your thoughts align with it. Your feelings align with it. Your actions align with it. And reality has no choice but to conform to this alignment. The word believe here does not mean intellectual assent. It does not mean hoping something is true. It means knowing something is true. It means accepting something as a given fact. It means having an unwavering conviction that something is real. This is the kind of belief that moves mountains. This is the kind of belief that transforms reality. This is the kind of belief that is required for all things to be possible. When you truly believe, you are not trying to convince yourself. You are simply accepting the truth of your own creative power. Consider the power of a child's belief. A child believes in Santa Claus, and for a time, Santa Claus is real. A child believes in the tooth fairy, and for a time, the tooth fairy is real. The child's belief is so pure, so unwavering, so absolute, that it creates a reality that is shared by millions of people. This is the power of belief. This is the power of conviction. And you have access to this same power. You simply need to reclaim the purity and unwavering nature of your childhood belief. The challenge is that you have been conditioned to doubt. You have been conditioned to question. You have been conditioned to look for external evidence before you believe. You have been conditioned to believe that seeing is believing, but the law of consciousness says the opposite. Believing is seeing. When you believe, you will see. When you believe, the evidence will appear. When you believe, the manifestation will occur. You must cultivate an unwavering faith in your own creative power and in the law of assumption. How do you cultivate this unwavering faith? You cultivate it by observing the law in action. You cultivate it by remembering your past successes. You cultivate it by remembering the times when you assumed something to be true and it became true. You cultivate it by remembering the times when you imagined something vividly and it manifested in your life. You cultivate it by practicing the techniques of reality mastery consistently and persistently. Every time you successfully revise a memory, every time you successfully live in the end, every time you successfully maintain an assumption, your faith strengthens. The ultimate assurance is this: you are not limited by anything other than your own convictions. You are not limited by your circumstances. You are not limited by your past. You are not limited by what others believe about you. You are only limited by your belief in your own creative power. And since you have the power to change your belief, you have the power to change everything. This is the ultimate freedom. This is the ultimate power. This is the ultimate truth of your being. This promise is not a reward for good behavior. This promise is not a prize for the chosen few. This promise is a statement of the law of consciousness. The law is impersonal. The law is mechanical. The law is absolute. It works for everyone all the time, without exception. It works for the person who believes in lack, and it works for the person who believes in abundance. It works for the person who believes in failure, and it works for the person who believes in success. The law simply responds to your belief. The law simply conforms to your conviction. Embrace this promise. Embrace this truth. All things are possible to him who believes. Believe in your worthiness. Believe in your capability. Believe in your deservingness. Believe in your creative power. Believe in the law of assumption. Believe in the commandment of reality mastery. Do not allow doubt to creep in. Do not allow fear to take hold. Do not allow external circumstances to shake your conviction. Maintain your belief with the quiet confidence of someone who knows the truth. And watch as the universe rearranges itself to reflect your unwavering conviction. Watch as all things become possible to you. Chapter 16. The Observer Effect. Your attention is the act of creation. In the quantum realm, the act of observation collapses the wave function, transforming infinite possibility into definite reality. This is the observer effect, and this effect is not limited to the subatomic world. It is the fundamental principle of your reality. Your attention is the act of creation. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and your reality manifests. You are not a passive observer of a fixed world. You are an active participant in the creation of your experience. Your attention is the most powerful tool you possess. Most people allow their attention to be scattered. They allow their attention to be hijacked by external circumstances, by the news, by social media, by the opinions of others, by the drama of the world. They are constantly reacting to what is happening around them. They are constantly focusing on what they do not want. They are constantly giving their creative energy to the unwanted. And the universe, being a perfect mirror, reflects back to them more of the unwanted. They are unconsciously creating a reality that they do not desire. The master understands that attention is a sacred resource. The master understands that attention is the director of their creative energy. The master consciously chooses where to place their attention. They consciously chooses what to focus on. They consciously choose what to observe. They withdraw their attention from the unwanted conditions and place it firmly on their desired reality. They use their attention to nourish the wanted and starve the unwanted. They use their attention to sculpt their world with precision. The practice of conscious attention begins with awareness. You must first become aware of where your attention is going throughout the day. Are you focusing on your lack or your abundance? Are you focusing on your problems or your solutions? Are you focusing on your fears or your desires? You must observe your attention without judgment. You must simply become aware of the object of your observation. And once you are aware, you can begin to redirect your attention deliberately. To redirect your attention, you must first withdraw it from the unwanted condition. You must stop observing the lack. You must stop observing the problem. You must stop observing the fear. You must stop giving your creative energy to the unwanted. This is not denial. This is not avoidance. This is the conscious withdrawal of your creative power from a reality that you do not desire. You are simply saying, I am no longer giving my attention to this. I am no longer giving my energy to this. I am no longer creating this. Once you have withdrawn your attention from the unwanted, you must place it firmly on your desired reality. You must focus on the wish fulfilled. You must focus on the solution. You must focus on the abundance. You must focus on the love. You must focus on the joy. You must use your imagination to create a vivid, detailed scene where your desire is already fulfilled. You must observe this scene with all of your senses. You must feel the reality of it. You must give your creative energy to the wanted. The power of attention is that it collapses the wave function of possibility. When you focus your attention on a specific possibility, you are transforming that possibility into a definite reality. You are saying to the universe, this is the reality I am choosing. This is the reality I am observing. This is the reality I am creating. And the universe responds by manifesting that reality in your physical world. This is the mechanical operation of consciousness. This is the observer effect in action. Begin now to reclaim your attention as the powerful creative tool that it is. Stop allowing your attention to be scattered. Stop allowing your attention to be hijacked by external circumstances. Stop focusing on what you do not want. Start focusing on what you do want. Start observing your desired reality. Start giving your creative energy to the wanted. Use your attention to sculpt your world with precision and watch as the universe rearranges itself to reflect the object of your observation. Watch as your attention becomes the act of creation. Chapter 17. The Four Mighty Ones. The four creative states of consciousness. Within your consciousness reside four fundamental states that are the primary builders of your reality. These are the four mighty ones: the thinker, the prover, the artist, and the believer. They are not separate entities, but aspects of your own mind that work together to create your experiences. When you understand how these four aspects function and how to harmonize them, you become a more deliberate and effective creator. This understanding gives you a deeper insight into your own creative process and how to direct it with precision. The thinker is the aspect of your mind that conceives the desire. It is the part of you that identifies what you want to experience. It is the part of you that formulates the idea, the intention, the blueprint. The thinker is the one who says, "I want to be wealthy," or "I want to be healthy," or "I want to be in a loving relationship." The thinker is the visionary. The thinker is the one who sets the direction. The thinker is the one who initiates the creative process. But the thinker alone is not enough. The thinker must work in harmony with the other three mighty ones. The artist is the aspect of your mind that imagines the desire into form. It is the part of you that creates the vivid, detailed, sensory-rich imaginal act where your desire is already fulfilled. The artist is the one who sees the picture. The artist is the one who hears the sounds. The artist is the one who feels the emotions. The artist is the one who makes the desire real in the realm of consciousness. The artist is the one who transforms the abstract idea of the thinker into a concrete experience. The artist is the one who creates the slide that will be projected onto the screen of your reality. The believer is the aspect of your mind that accepts the desire as true. It is the part of you that has the unwavering conviction that your desire is already fulfilled. The believer is the one who says, "This is already mine. This is already done. This is already real." The believer is the one who maintains the assumption regardless of the contradictory evidence of the senses. The believer is the one who holds the frequency steady. The believer is the one who provides the energetic charge that brings the blueprint to life. The believer is the one who makes the manifestation inevitable. The prover is the aspect of your mind that manifests the desire in the external world. It is the part of you that arranges the circumstances, brings the people, and creates the opportunities that will make your desire appear in the physical world. The prover is the one who does the work. The prover is the one who makes the manifestation appear effortless. The prover is the one who takes the blueprint of the thinker, the image of the artist, and the conviction of the believer, and transforms them into tangible reality. The prover is the one who proves that consciousness is the only reality. When these four mighty ones are in harmony, creation is effortless. The thinker conceives the desire. The artist imagines it into form. The believer accepts it as true, and the prover manifests it in the external world. But when these four are in conflict, creation is blocked. The thinker wants one thing, but the artist imagines another. The believer doubts the possibility, and the prover is confused about what to manifest. The key to reality mastery is to harmonize these four aspects of your mind. To harmonize the four mighty ones, you must first become aware of them. You must observe how they are currently functioning in your life. Are they working together or against each other? Once you are aware, you can begin to direct them deliberately. You can consciously choose what the thinker conceives. You can consciously choose what the artist imagines. You can consciously choose what the believer accepts as true. And you can consciously choose what the prover manifests in your life. This is the power of self-awareness. This is the power of conscious creation. This is the power of harmonizing the four mighty ones. When you understand how these four aspects of your mind work together, you gain a deeper insight into your own creative process. You gain the ability to direct it with precision. You gain the ability to create the life of your dreams. You gain the ability to become a more deliberate and effective creator. Begin now to harmonize the four mighty ones within you. Let the thinker conceive your highest desire. Let the artist imagine it into vivid form. Let the believer accept it as an absolute truth. And let the prover manifest it effortlessly in your world. This is the path to reality mastery. This is the path to ultimate freedom and control. This is the path to becoming the conscious creator of your experience. Chapter 18. There is no fiction. Every imaginal act is a fact in consciousness. The radical truth of this chapter is that there is no such thing as fiction. Every story you tell, every daydream you indulge in, every imaginal act you perform is a real event taking place on a different plane of reality or within a different state of consciousness. Your imagination is not a place of make-believe. It is a realm of infinite possibility. It is a vast library of existing realities. And every time you enter your imagination, you are not creating fantasies. You are exploring already existing realities. This realization adds a profound sense of power and responsibility to your imaginative activities. It means that your daydreams are not idle mental wanderings. They are real events taking place in the realm of consciousness. It means that the stories you tell yourself are not just stories. They are potential futures waiting to be objectified. It means that your imagination is not a tool for escape. It is the very mechanism through which reality is created. You are constantly exploring and selecting realities through the power of your imagination. Consider the implications of this. When you imagine a worst-case scenario, you are not just worrying. You are exploring a reality where that worst-case scenario is true. When you imagine failure, you are exploring a reality where you have failed. When you imagine lack, you are exploring a reality where you are lacking. And because your consciousness is the only reality, the reality you explore in your imagination is the reality you are most likely to manifest in your physical world. This is why you must choose your mental creations wisely. The opposite is also true. When you imagine your desire fulfilled, you are not just visualizing. You are exploring a reality where your desire is already true. When you imagine abundance, you are exploring a reality where you are abundant. When you imagine success, you are exploring a reality where you have succeeded. And because your consciousness is the only reality, the reality you explore in your imagination is the reality you are most likely to manifest in your physical world. Your imagination is a selection mechanism. It is a tool for choosing which reality you want to experience. The key to using this understanding is to treat your imagination with reverence. Treat your imaginal acts as if they are real events. Treat your daydreams as if they are real experiences. Treat your inner conversations as if they are real dialogues, because they are. They are real events taking place in the realm of consciousness. They are real experiences taking place in the realm of consciousness. They are real dialogues taking place in the realm of consciousness, and they are all shaping your physical reality. This is why the technique of the imaginal act is so powerful. When you create a vivid, detailed scene where your desire is already fulfilled, you are not creating a fantasy. You are entering a reality where your desire is already true. You are exploring a reality that already exists. You are selecting a reality that you want to experience. And as you feel the reality of that scene, as you inhabit that state of consciousness, you are aligning yourself with that reality. You are broadcasting the frequency of that reality. And that reality must manifest in your physical world. The realization that there is no fiction is a call to responsibility. It is a call to conscious creation. It is a call to choose your mental creations wisely. You are constantly creating your reality through the power of your imagination. You are constantly exploring and selecting realities through the power of your imagination. You are constantly shaping your future through the power of your imagination. You are the author of your life. You are the creator of your experience, and your imagination is the mechanism through which you create. Begin now to use your imagination deliberately and constructively. Stop using it to explore unwanted realities. Stop using it to create unwanted experiences. Start using it to explore your desired realities. Start using it to create your desired experiences. Treat your imagination with reverence. Treat your imaginal acts as real events. Treat your daydreams as real experiences. And watch as the realities you explore in your imagination manifest in your physical world. Watch as you become the conscious creator of your experience. Watch as you realize that there is no fiction. There is only consciousness. Chapter 19. The feeling of I am, the center of all creation. At the core of your being, beneath all the labels, all the roles, all the stories, all the beliefs, resides the pure, unqualified awareness of I am. This is the center of all creation. This is the fundamental substance from which all experiences, circumstances, and material forms are born. Before you can say, I am wealthy, or I am healthy, or I am loved, you must first be able to say, I am. This simple declaration is the ultimate creative force in the universe. It is the name of God. It is the core of your being. The challenge is that you have been conditioned to qualify your I am. You have been conditioned to attach labels to it. You have been conditioned to say, I am poor, or I am sick, or I am unworthy, or I am a failure. These qualifications are not the truth of your being. They are simply states of consciousness that you have temporarily inhabited. They are simply beliefs that you have temporarily accepted. But they are not the core of your being. The core of your being is pure, unqualified awareness. The core of your being is the infinite potential of I am. The secret to reality mastery is to consciously choose the qualification you attach to your I am. You must consciously choose the state of consciousness you inhabit. You must consciously choose the belief you accept. When you attach a new feeling or concept to I am, you are defining yourself anew. You are issuing a new decree. You are setting a new default. And your reality must conform to this new definition. You are the operant power in your world. And your I am is the ultimate creative force. Consider the power of this simple declaration. When you say, I am sick, you are not just describing a condition. You are creating a condition. You are defining yourself as sick. You are aligning yourself with the state of sickness. And your body, being a reflection of your consciousness, must conform to this definition. But when you say, I am healthy, you are not just describing a condition. You are creating a condition. You are defining yourself as healthy. You are aligning yourself with the state of health, and your body must conform to this new definition. The practice of mastering your I am begins with stripping away all the limiting labels. You must return to the center of your being. You must return to the pure, unqualified awareness of I am. You must release the need to define yourself by your past, your circumstances, your roles, or your beliefs. You must simply be. You must simply be aware. You must simply be present. And from this center of pure awareness, you can consciously choose the qualification you attach to your I am. To attach a new qualification, you must first choose what you want to be. Do you want to be wealthy? Do you want to be healthy? Do you want to be loved? Do you want to be successful? Once you have chosen, you must affirm it with feeling. You must say to yourself, I am wealthy. You must feel the reality of that statement. You must feel the security. You must feel the confidence. You must feel the abundance. You must feel the truth of that statement. This emotional engagement is what makes the affirmation effective. This emotional engagement is what impresses your subconscious mind. The power of the I am is that it is the ultimate creative force. It is the source of all that you experience. It is the core of your being. And when you consciously choose the qualification you attach to your I am, you are consciously choosing the reality you experience. You are consciously choosing the life you live. You are consciously choosing the person you become. You are consciously choosing the creator you are. This is the ultimate freedom. This is the ultimate power. Begin now to master your I am. Begin to strip away all the limiting labels. Begin to return to the center of your being. Begin to consciously choose the qualification you attach to your I am. Choose to be wealthy. Choose to be healthy. Choose to be loved. Choose to be successful. Choose to be the person you want to be. Affirm it with feeling. Affirm it with conviction. Affirm it with persistence. And watch as your reality conforms to your new definition. Watch as you become the conscious creator of your experience. Watch as you realize that your I am is the center of all creation. Chapter 20. The inevitability of the manifestation. Trusting the gestation period. There is a natural time lag between the creative act in consciousness and its physical appearance. This is the gestation period. It is the time required for the seed you have planted in your subconscious mind to grow and bear fruit in the physical world. Just as a seed requires time to germinate, sprout, and grow into a mature plant, your desires require time to gestate, organize, and manifest in your reality. The master understands this process and trusts in the inevitability of the manifestation. The analogy of the seed is perfect. When a farmer plants a seed, they do not dig it up every day to see if it is growing. They trust the process. They trust the law of nature. They trust that if they have planted the seed, and if they have provided the necessary conditions, water, sunlight, and fertile soil, the seed will inevitably grow. They do not worry about the how or the when. They simply trust the process. You must adopt this same attitude toward your desires. You must trust the process. You must trust the law of consciousness. The greatest saboteur of manifestation is anxiety and doubt during the gestation period. Most people plant a seed in their subconscious mind through an imaginal act or an assumption, and then they immediately begin to worry about it. They worry about the how. They worry about the when. They worry about the possibility of failure. They worry about the contradictory evidence of their senses. This worry is like digging up the seed. It is like poisoning the soil. It is like interrupting the natural process of growth. This anxiety and doubt is what prevents the manifestation from occurring. The master understands that once the seed has been properly planted, once the assumption has been made with feeling and conviction, the manifestation is inevitable. It is a done deal. It is a certainty. The master does not worry about the how or the when. The master simply maintains the assumption. The master simply lives in the end. The master simply trusts the process. This trust is not blind faith. This trust is based on the understanding of the law of consciousness. The law is impersonal. The law is mechanical. The law is absolute. It works every time, without exception. The gestation period is not a punishment. It is not a test. It is simply the time required for the physical world to catch up to your internal state. The physical world is a slower vibration than the realm of consciousness. It takes time for the energy of your thought and feeling to condense into physical form. This time lag is actually a gift. It allows you to refine your desires. It allows you to deepen your conviction. It allows you to maintain your assumption without the pressure of immediate physical evidence. During the gestation period, your only job is to maintain the state of the wish fulfilled. Your only job is to live in the end. Your only job is to trust the process. When doubt creeps in, you return to your imaginal act. You return to your assumption. You return to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You do not argue with the doubt. You do not fight the doubt. You simply replace the doubt with the conviction of your assumption. You simply replace the fear with the trust of the master. The length of the gestation period is determined by the time it takes for your new assumption to become your dominant assumption. It is determined by the time it takes for your subconscious mind to fully accept the new reality. It is determined by the time it takes for you to move from the state of wanting to the state of already having. The more quickly you can make this internal shift, the more quickly the manifestation will occur. The more consistently you can maintain the state of the wish fulfilled, the more quickly the manifestation will occur. Trust the process. Trust the law. Trust the inevitability of the manifestation. Once the seed has been planted, the harvest is certain. Do not dig up the seed. Do not poison the soil. Do not interrupt the natural process of growth. Simply maintain the state of the wish fulfilled. Simply live in the end. Simply trust the process and watch as the universe delivers your desire with effortless grace. Watch as the gestation period unfolds perfectly. Watch as the inevitability of the manifestation becomes your reality. Chapter 21. The role of desire, the divine urge for expansion. Desire is not a sign of lack. Desire is not a personal whim. Desire is a divine impulse for growth and expansion. It is the universe seeking to express more of itself through you. Your desires are sacred messages, guiding you toward your next level of evolution. They are the whispers of your soul, urging you to become more, to experience more, to create more. When you honor your desires, you align yourself with the creative flow of life. When you deny your desires, you resist the natural impulse of the universe. For too long, desire has been associated with guilt, shame, and selfishness. You have been taught that you should be content with what you have, that you should not want more, that desire is a sign of spiritual immaturity. But this is a profound misunderstanding. Desire is the engine of creation. Desire is the force that moves the universe forward. Without desire, there would be no creation. Without desire, there would be no expansion. Without desire, there would be no life. The key is to differentiate between true soul-level desires and fleeting ego-driven wants. Ego-driven wants are often based on comparison, competition, and the need for external validation. They are often rooted in a sense of lack and a desire to fill a void. Soul-level desires, on the other hand, are rooted in a sense of expansion, joy, and purpose. They are often accompanied by a feeling of excitement, inspiration, and a deep sense of knowing. They are the desires that make you feel more alive, more whole, more connected to the universe. How do you differentiate between the two? You differentiate by observing the feeling that accompanies the desire. If the desire is accompanied by a feeling of desperation, anxiety, or a sense of lack, it is likely an ego-driven want. If the desire is accompanied by a feeling of excitement, inspiration, and a deep sense of knowing, it is likely a soul-level desire. You must learn to honor the whispers of your soul. You must learn to trust the guidance of your inner being. You must learn to embrace your desires without guilt or shame. When you embrace your desires, you are aligning yourself with the expansive nature of the universe. You are saying, yes, I am willing to grow. Yes, I am willing to expand. Yes, I am willing to experience more. This alignment is what creates the flow of manifestation. This alignment is what makes creation effortless. This alignment is what transforms the process of manifestation from a desperate struggle into a joyful dance. You are not trying to get something. You are simply allowing the universe to express more of itself through you. The role of desire is not to be fulfilled. The role of desire is to guide you. The role of desire is to point you in the direction of your next level of evolution. The fulfillment of the desire is simply a byproduct of following the guidance of your soul. The ultimate prize is not the thing manifested. The ultimate prize is the person you become in the process. The ultimate prize is the expansion of your consciousness. The ultimate prize is the realization of your true nature as a divine creator. So honor your desires. Embrace your desires. See your desires as sacred messages from the universe. See your desires as the whispers of your soul. Do not deny them. Do not suppress them. Do not judge them. Simply observe them. Differentiate between the ego-driven wants and the soul-level desires. And then, consciously choose to align yourself with the soul-level desires. Consciously choose to follow the guidance of your soul. Consciously choose to become a willing channel for the expression of the universe. Begin now to see your desires as a divine impulse for growth and expansion. Begin to honor your desires without guilt or shame. Begin to differentiate between the ego-driven wants and the soul-level desires. Begin to align yourself with the expansive nature of the universe. And watch as your desires guide you toward your next level of evolution. Watch as you become a willing channel for the expression of the universe. Watch as you realize that your desires are not a sign of lack. They are a sign of your divinity. Chapter 22. Assumptions that harden into fact. The power of persistence. An assumption, repeated with feeling, will inevitably harden into a physical fact in your reality. This is the mechanical operation of the law of assumption. It is a law of physics in the realm of consciousness. But here is the crucial element: persistence. A single act of assumption is often not enough. You must persist in your new state of consciousness until it becomes your dominant way of being. This persistence is the fire that forges your imaginal acts into tangible reality. It is the unwavering conviction that transforms a mental concept into a physical fact. The challenge of persistence lies in the time lag between the assumption and its manifestation. During this gestation period, your senses will show you evidence of your old assumption. Your circumstances will seem to contradict your new assumption. Your rational mind will whisper doubts and fears. This is the test of your conviction. This is the moment when most people fail. They waver, they doubt, they return to their old assumption, and the manifestation is aborted. The master, however, persists. The master knows that the evidence of the senses is merely the result of past assumptions. The master knows that the new assumption is the only reality that matters. Persistence is not about forcing yourself to think positive thoughts. Persistence is about maintaining the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is about living in the end. It is about moving through your day as someone who already has what they desire. It is about making decisions from the premise of your new assumption. It is about allowing your inner conversations to be rooted in the state of fulfillment. This is the true meaning of persistence. It is a state of being, not a forced action. It is a quiet, confident knowing that your desire is already yours. One of the most powerful strategies for maintaining persistence is the use of a short, simple phrase that implies the fulfillment of your desire. This phrase should be easy to remember and easy to repeat. You can whisper this phrase to yourself throughout the day. You can repeat it as you fall asleep. You can repeat it as you wake up. This phrase is a constant reminder of your new assumption. It is a constant broadcast of your new frequency. It is a constant reinforcement of your new state of consciousness. This is the mental discipline that is required for reality mastery. When contradictory evidence appears, you do not argue with it. You do not fight it. You do not try to convince yourself that it is not real. You simply return to your assumption. You simply return to your phrase. You simply return to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You treat the contradictory evidence as a shadow that is passing. You treat it as a reflection of a past assumption that is now dissolving. You do not give it your attention. You do not give it your energy. You simply persist in your new assumption with the quiet confidence of someone who knows the truth. The power of persistence is that it transforms your assumption into a habit. It transforms your new state of consciousness into your dominant state of consciousness. It transforms your desired reality into your default reality. When your new assumption becomes your habit, it no longer requires effort. It no longer requires conscious thought. It simply becomes who you are. And when your new assumption becomes who you are, the manifestation is inevitable. It is automatic. It is a mechanical consequence of your being. This is the fire that forges your imaginal acts into tangible reality. This is the unwavering conviction that transforms a mental concept into a physical fact. This is the power of persistence. It is the willingness to maintain your assumption in the face of all contradictory evidence. It is the willingness to live in the end until the end appears. It is the willingness to trust the law of consciousness more than the evidence of your senses. This is the hallmark of the master. Begin now to embrace the power of persistence. Choose one assumption that you want to harden into fact. Choose one simple phrase that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Repeat this phrase throughout the day. Repeat it as you fall asleep. Repeat it as you wake up. Maintain the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Live in the end. Persist in your new state of consciousness, regardless of the contradictory evidence of your senses, and watch as your assumption hardens into fact. Watch as your desired reality manifests in your physical world. Watch as you become the living embodiment of the law of assumption. Chapter 23. The creative use of failure, turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones. In the journey of reality mastery, there is no such thing as failure. There is only feedback. Every apparent setback, every unwanted outcome, every moment that does not conform to your ideal is simply a piece of information. It is a mirror showing you where your consciousness was at the time of the event. It is a signpost pointing you back to your core assumptions. The master does not see failure as an end, but as a valuable part of the creative process. The master uses these stumbling blocks as stepping stones to a higher state of consciousness. Most people react to apparent failure with self-criticism, shame, and a return to their old limiting beliefs. They say, "I knew it wouldn't work," or "I am not good enough," or "the law does not work for me." This reaction is what transforms a simple piece of feedback into a genuine failure. This reaction is what reinforces the very patterns that created the unwanted outcome in the first place. This reaction is what keeps them trapped in the cycle of lack and limitation. The master, however, reacts differently. The master sees the apparent failure as an opportunity for revision. The master sees the unwanted outcome as a chance to identify a hidden assumption that is not serving them. The master looks at the circumstance and asks, "What belief or assumption must I be holding to create this experience?" Once the hidden assumption is identified, the master uses the technique of revision to transform the unwanted outcome into a victory. They do not deny the event. They simply rewrite the story. They simply change the cause. The process is simple. When an unwanted outcome occurs, you do not accept it as final. You do not accept it as truth. You use the pruning shears of revision to cut away the unwanted branch. You imagine the event happening the way you would have preferred it to happen. You feel the reality of the revised scene. You move through the revised scene as if it were real. By doing this, you are effectively changing the cause of your present circumstances. You are transforming the apparent failure into a success in the realm of consciousness. This practice creates a resilient and experimental approach to reality creation. You are no longer afraid of failure because you know that failure is not final. You are no longer afraid of setbacks because you know that setbacks are simply feedback. You are no longer afraid of unwanted outcomes because you know that you have the power to revise them. This freedom from the fear of failure is what allows you to be bold. This freedom from the fear of setbacks is what allows you to be persistent. This freedom from the fear of unwanted outcomes is what makes you unstoppable. The master understands that the only true failure is the failure to persist in the state of the wish fulfilled. The only true failure is the failure to maintain the assumption. The only true failure is the failure to believe in your own creative power. As long as you persist in your assumption, as long as you maintain the state of the wish fulfilled, the manifestation is inevitable. The apparent failures along the way are simply signposts pointing you back to your core assumptions. They are simply opportunities for revision. Embrace the creative use of failure. Embrace the understanding that there is only feedback. Embrace the power of revision. Do not allow yourself to be discouraged by unwanted outcomes. Do not allow yourself to be trapped by the illusion of failure. Use every apparent setback as a stepping stone to a higher state of consciousness. Use every unwanted outcome as an opportunity for revision. Use every piece of feedback to refine your assumptions. Begin now to see every apparent failure as a valuable piece of feedback. Begin to use the technique of revision to transform unwanted outcomes into victories. Begin to cultivate a resilient and experimental approach to reality creation, and watch as your stumbling blocks become your stepping stones. Watch as you become unstoppable in your creative endeavors. Watch as you realize that the only true failure is the failure to persist in the state of the wish fulfilled. Chapter 24. The Power of Attention. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Your attention is the director of your creative energy. It is the most powerful tool you possess for shaping your reality. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and your reality manifests. This is a fundamental law of consciousness. Whatever you place your attention upon, you are feeding with your life force and bringing into your experience. You are constantly creating your reality through the power of your attention, whether you are conscious of it or not. Most people allow their attention to be dictated by external circumstances. They are constantly reacting to what is happening around them. They are constantly focusing on the problems, the challenges, the limitations, the fears. They are constantly giving their creative energy to the unwanted, and the universe, being a perfect mirror, reflects back to them more of the unwanted. They are unconsciously creating a reality that they do not desire. They are allowing their attention to be scattered and their creative energy to be drained. The master understands that attention is a sacred resource. The master consciously chooses where to place their attention. They consciously chooses what to focus on. They consciously choose what to observe. They withdraw their attention from the unwanted conditions and place it firmly on their desired reality. They use their attention to nourish the wanted and starve the unwanted. They use their attention to sculpt their world with precision. This is the mental discipline that is required for reality mastery. The practice of conscious attention begins with awareness. You must first become aware of where your attention is going throughout the day. Are you focusing on your lack or your abundance? Are you focusing on your problems or your solutions? Are you focusing on your fears or your desires? You must observe your attention without judgment. You must simply become aware of the object of your observation. And once you are aware, you can begin to redirect your attention deliberately. To redirect your attention, you must first withdraw it from the unwanted condition. You must stop observing the lack. You must stop observing the problem. You must stop observing the fear. You must stop giving your creative energy to the unwanted. This is not denial. This is not avoidance. This is the conscious withdrawal of your creative power from a reality that you do not desire. You are simply saying, I am no longer giving my attention to this. I am no longer giving my energy to this. I am no longer creating this. Once you have withdrawn your attention from the unwanted, you must place it firmly on your desired reality. You must focus on the wish fulfilled. You must focus on the solution. You must focus on the abundance. You must focus on the love. You must focus on the joy. You must use your imagination to create a vivid, detailed scene where your desire is already fulfilled. You must observe this scene with all of your senses. You must feel the reality of it. You must give your creative energy to the wanted. The power of attention is that it collapses the wave function of possibility. When you focus your attention on a specific possibility, you are transforming that possibility into a definite reality. You are saying to the universe, "This is the reality I am choosing. This is the reality I am observing. This is the reality I am creating." And the universe responds by manifesting that reality in your physical world. This is the mechanical operation of consciousness. This is the observer effect in action. Begin now to reclaim your attention as the powerful creative tool that it is. Stop allowing your attention to be scattered. Stop allowing your attention to be hijacked by external circumstances. Stop focusing on what you do not want. Start focusing on what you do want. Start observing your desired reality. Start giving your creative energy to the wanted. Use your attention to sculpt your world with precision. And watch as the universe rearranges itself to reflect the object of your observation. Watch as your attention becomes the act of creation. Chapter 25. The Symphony of Reality, harmonizing all areas of your life. Your life is a symphony, and you are the conductor. You have the power to orchestrate all the different areas of your life, health, wealth, relationships, and purpose, into a beautiful and harmonious whole. Most people treat these areas as separate and distinct, trying to fix one while neglecting the others. But the Master understands that all areas of your life are interconnected. A change in one area will ripple out to affect all others. This holistic approach leads to a truly fulfilling and masterful existence. The key to conducting this symphony is to hold a grand vision for your life while also working on specific desires. Your grand vision is the overarching theme of your symphony. It is the state of consciousness that encompasses all of your desires. It is the feeling of the wish fulfilled for your entire life. When you hold this grand vision, you are aligning all the different areas of your life with a single, harmonious frequency. You are ensuring that all the different instruments in your orchestra are playing the same tune. Consider the metaphor of the orchestra. Each section, the strings, the brass, the woodwinds, the percussion, is important. Each section has its own unique role to play. But if each section plays its own tune, the result is chaos. The result is noise. The result is not a symphony. The conductor's job is to ensure that all the sections are playing together in harmony to create a beautiful and coherent whole. Your job is to ensure that all the different areas of your life are working together in harmony to create a beautiful and coherent whole. When you work on a specific desire, you are working on one section of the orchestra. When you work on your health, you are working on the strings. When you work on your wealth, you are working on the brass. When you work on your relationships, you are working on the woodwinds. When you work on your purpose, you are working on the percussion. Each section is important, but the true power lies in the harmony between the sections. The true power lies in the grand vision that encompasses all of them. The beauty of this holistic approach is that a change in one area will automatically ripple out to affect all others. When you improve your health, your energy increases, your confidence increases, your relationships improve, and your ability to pursue your purpose increases. When you improve your wealth, your stress decreases, your freedom increases, your ability to help others increases, and your ability to pursue your purpose increases. All areas of your life are interconnected. All areas of your life are reflections of your single state of consciousness. The Master understands that the ultimate goal is not to acquire things. The ultimate goal is to become a master of consciousness. The ultimate goal is to become a conscious creator. The ultimate goal is to live a life that is a beautiful and harmonious symphony. This is the true meaning of fulfillment. This is the true meaning of mastery. This is the true meaning of a life well lived. This is the true meaning of a life that is a reflection of your highest self. To conduct your symphony, you must first become aware of the different sections of your life. You must observe how they are currently functioning. Are they in harmony or in chaos? Once you are aware, you can begin to direct them deliberately. You can consciously choose the tune that each section plays. You can consciously choose the grand vision that encompasses all of them. You can consciously choose the state of consciousness that creates a beautiful and harmonious whole. Begin now to see your life as a symphony. Begin to hold a grand vision for your life that encompasses all of your desires. Begin to work on specific desires while maintaining the awareness that all areas of your life are interconnected. Begin to orchestrate all the different areas of your life into a beautiful and harmonious whole. And watch as your life becomes a masterpiece. Watch as you become the conscious conductor of your symphony. Watch as you realize that the ultimate goal is not to acquire things. The ultimate goal is to become a master of consciousness. Chapter 26. The Ethics of Creation. The Golden Rule of Consciousness. When you realize the immense creative power that resides within you, the question of ethics naturally arises. If you can create your reality through your consciousness, what are the moral implications of this power? The answer is simple and profound: the golden rule of consciousness. Imagine for others as you would have them imagine for you. This is the only ethical consideration that matters. This is the only rule that governs the use of your creative power. The golden rule of consciousness is rooted in the understanding that the world is yourself pushed out. Since everyone in your world is a manifestation of your own consciousness, any good you imagine for another, you are also bestowing upon yourself. Any harm you imagine for another, you are also inflicting upon yourself. There is no separation, there is no other, there is only consciousness. And when you imagine for others, you are imagining for yourself. This is not a limitation. This is a path to even greater power and joy. When you use your creative power for loving and constructive purposes, you align yourself with the expansive and benevolent nature of the universe. You align yourself with the source of all creation. You align yourself with the truth of your own being. This alignment is what creates the flow of effortless manifestation. This alignment is what creates a life of abundance, joy, and purpose. The master understands that the ultimate goal is not to acquire things for themselves. The ultimate goal is to awaken to their true nature as divine creators. The ultimate goal is to use their creative power to uplift and inspire others. The ultimate goal is to imagine a world that is more beautiful, more harmonious, more abundant, and more loving. This is the true meaning of service. This is the true meaning of a life well lived. This is the true meaning of a life that is a reflection of your highest self. The practice of the golden rule of consciousness begins with your inner conversations about others. What are you saying about the people in your life? Are you criticizing them? Are you judging them? Are you gossiping about them? Are you imagining them as less than they are? These inner conversations are not harmless. They are creative acts. They are shaping your reality. They are shaping your experience of those people. You must consciously choose to imagine the best for everyone in your life. When you encounter someone who is struggling, you do not focus on their struggle. You do not focus on their lack. You do not focus on their limitation. You imagine them as you would like them to be. You imagine them as successful. You imagine them as healthy. You imagine them as abundant. You imagine them as happy. You feel the reality of this new conception. You feel the joy. You feel the gratitude. You feel the satisfaction. This is the most powerful act of service you can perform. The golden rule of consciousness is a constant reminder that you are not separate from the world. You are not separate from the people in your life. You are the source of all that you experience. And when you use your creative power for loving and constructive purposes, you are creating a world that is more beautiful, more harmonious, more abundant, and more loving. You are creating a world that is a reflection of your highest self. Begin now to practice the golden rule of consciousness. Begin to imagine for others as you would have them imagine for you. Begin to use your creative power for loving and constructive purposes. Begin to align yourself with the expansive and benevolent nature of the universe, and watch as your world becomes a reflection of your highest self. Watch as you become a willing channel for the expression of the universe. Watch as you realize that the ultimate goal is not to acquire things. The ultimate goal is to awaken to your true nature as a divine creator. Chapter 27. The illusion of others. Everyone is you pushed out. The concept that everyone is you pushed out is a profound and often challenging truth to fully grasp. It means that every person in your world, every character in your life's drama, is a manifestation of your own consciousness. Their behavior towards you, their words, their actions, are all a direct reflection of your own beliefs and assumptions about them and about yourself. They are not independent entities acting upon you. They are extensions of your own mind, playing the roles you have unconsciously assigned to them. This understanding dissolves the illusion of separation. It means that there is no other. There is only consciousness. And since you are the operant power in your world, you are the source of all the human dramas in your life. This is not to say that other people do not have their own consciousness. They do. But in your reality, in your experience, they are reflections of your internal state. They are mirrors showing you the contents of your own mind. They are the actors playing the script that you have written. Consider a person in your life who is difficult, who is challenging, who is constantly causing you pain. Most people would try to change that person. They would try to argue with them. They would try to manipulate them. They would try to force them to change. But the Master knows the truth. The Master knows that the only way to change that person is to change their conception of that person. The Master knows that the person is simply reflecting back to them the belief or assumption they hold about them. The power of this truth is that you can change others by changing your conception of them. You do not need to speak to them. You do not need to confront them. You do not need to manipulate them. You simply need to change your inner conversation about them. You simply need to change your assumption about them. You imagine them as you would like them to be. You imagine them treating you as you would like to be treated. You imagine them being the person you would like them to be. You feel the reality of this new conception. This is not a form of control. This is a form of creation. Since the world is yourself pushed out, when you change your conception of someone, you are changing the part of your consciousness that is creating them. And since they are a reflection of your consciousness, they must change to reflect your new conception. This is why the golden rule of consciousness is so important. Imagine for others as you would have them imagine for you. When you imagine good for others, you are imagining good for yourself. The realization that everyone is you, pushed out, dissolves all conflict and resentment. When someone treats you poorly, you do not blame them. You look within yourself and ask, what assumption am I making about myself or about them that is creating this experience? When you encounter a difficult circumstance, you do not blame the circumstance. You look within yourself and ask, what belief or assumption am I holding that is creating this reality? This is the ultimate form of self-responsibility. The world is a constant source of feedback. It is constantly showing you the contents of your own mind. It is constantly revealing your hidden beliefs and assumptions. When you encounter an unwanted circumstance, do not resist it. Do not fight it. Do not blame it. Simply observe it. Ask yourself, what is this reflecting back to me? Use the circumstance as a mirror to reveal the hidden contents of your own consciousness. And once you have identified the belief or assumption that is creating the unwanted circumstance, you can revise it. Embrace this truth. Embrace the radical self-responsibility that comes with it. You are the sole author of the human dramas in your life. You are the source of all that you experience. You are the creator of your reality. And when you truly grasp this, you gain the ultimate power to transform your life. You gain the ultimate freedom to create the life of your dreams. You gain the ultimate control over your circumstances. The world is yourself pushed out. And since you can change yourself, you can change the world. Begin now to change your conception of yourself and the world, and watch as the world rearranges itself to reflect your new conception. Chapter 28. Freedom and responsibility, the two sides of the master's coin. The moment you accept your power to create your reality, you also accept full responsibility for every aspect of it. This is the dual nature of reality mastery, absolute freedom and total responsibility. They are the two sides of the master's coin. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot claim the freedom to create your life without also claiming the responsibility for every experience in it. This is the final step into true adulthood as a creator. For most of your life, you have been conditioned to believe that you are a victim of circumstances. You have been conditioned to believe that the world is happening to you. This belief is comfortable in a way because it absolves you of responsibility. If the world is happening to you, then you are not to blame for your circumstances. You are not to blame for your failures. You are not to blame for your lack. But this comfort comes at a great cost, your freedom. If the world is happening to you, then you are powerless to change it. The master knows the truth. The master knows that they are the source of all that they experience. The master knows that they are the creator of their reality. This realization is both daunting and exhilarating. It is daunting because it means that there is no one to blame. There is no one to credit but yourself. It is exhilarating because it means that you have the power to change everything. It means that you are not limited by anything other than your own convictions. The freedom that comes with this realization is absolute. You are free from the tyranny of your history. You are free from the tyranny of your circumstances. You are free from the tyranny of the opinions of others. You are free to choose your assumptions. You are free to choose your beliefs. You are free to choose your reality. This is the ultimate freedom. This is the ultimate power. This is the ultimate truth of your being. But this freedom comes with total responsibility. You are responsible for every thought you think. You are responsible for every feeling you feel. You are responsible for every assumption you make. You are responsible for every experience in your life. There is no one to blame. There is no one to credit but yourself. This is the price of freedom. This is the price of mastery. This is the price of becoming a conscious creator. The master embraces this responsibility. The master does not shy away from it. The master understands that true freedom is not the absence of limitations, but the knowledge that you are the source of them. The master understands that true power is not the ability to control others, but the ability to control yourself. The master understands that true mastery is not the ability to manipulate the external world, but the ability to transform the internal world. This embrace of both freedom and responsibility is what transforms you from a victim into a creator. It is what transforms you from a student of the law into a living embodiment of the law. It is what transforms you from a passive observer into an active participant in the creation of your experience. This is the final step into true adulthood as a creator. This is the final step into reality mastery. Begin now to embrace both your absolute freedom and your total responsibility. Begin to see every experience in your life as a reflection of your own consciousness. Begin to take responsibility for every thought you think, every feeling you feel, and every assumption you make. Begin to live from the premise that you are the source of all that you experience. And watch as your life transforms. Watch as you become the conscious creator of your experience. Watch as you realize that freedom and responsibility are the two sides of the master's coin. Chapter 29. The state of I Am, living as the operant power. We return now to the core concept of I Am, but this time from the perspective of a master. The state of I Am is the awareness that you are the operant power in your world. This is not about arrogance. This is about a quiet, confident knowing that your consciousness is the cause of all phenomena. This is the state of the ascended master who walks the earth but is not bound by its laws. This is the state of ultimate freedom and control. To live as the operant power is to move through the world with the unwavering conviction that your assumptions are the only reality that matters. It is to know that the external world is simply a reflection of your internal state. It is to know that you are not a victim of circumstances. It is to know that you are the creator of your experience. This is a profound shift in identity. This is a profound shift in consciousness. This is the ultimate realization of your true nature. When you live as the operant power, you are free from fear and limitation. You are free from the need for external validation. You are free from the need to control others. You are free from the need to manipulate circumstances. You are free from the need to strive and struggle. You are simply being. You are simply creating. You are simply experiencing the natural consequence of your own consciousness. This is the effortless manifestation that comes from living in the state of I Am. The practice of living as the operant power begins with the conscious choice to inhabit the state of the wish fulfilled. You must choose to live from the premise that your desire is already a fact. You must choose to live from the premise that you are already the person you want to be. You must choose to live from the premise that your consciousness is the only reality. This choice is not a one-time event. It is a constant moment-by-moment choice to maintain the state of I Am. The master understands that the only thing that can limit them is their own belief in limitation. The only thing that can block them is their own belief in blockage. The only thing that can stop them is their own belief in being stopped. The master knows that they are the source of all phenomena. The master knows that they are the operant power. The master knows that they are the only one who can limit themselves. And the master chooses not to limit themselves. To maintain the state of I Am, you must constantly monitor your inner conversations. You must constantly monitor your assumptions. You must constantly monitor your feelings. When you notice a thought, an assumption, or a feeling that is not aligned with the state of the wish fulfilled, you do not argue with it. You do not fight it. You simply return to your I Am. You simply return to your assumption. You simply return to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You simply return to the quiet, confident knowing that you are the operant power. The power of living as the operant power is that it transforms your relationship with the world. You no longer see the world as a hostile place that is happening to you. You no longer see the world as a place of struggle and limitation. You see the world as a reflection of your own consciousness. You see the world as a playground for your creative power. You see the world as a place of infinite possibility. This is the ultimate freedom. This is the ultimate power. Begin now to live as the operant power in your world. Begin to move through your day with the unwavering conviction that your assumptions are the only reality that matters. Begin to choose your assumptions deliberately and constructively. Begin to maintain the state of the wish fulfilled. Begin to live from the premise that you are the source of all that you experience, and watch as your life transforms. Watch as you become the conscious creator of your experience. Watch as you realize that your I Am is the operant power in your world. Chapter 30. The Perpetual Conversation with God. Your imagination is the divine dialogue. Your imagination is not a solitary mental exercise. It is a continuous, perpetual conversation with God, or the universal consciousness. Every time you use your imagination, you are speaking with the creative principle of the universe. Every imaginal act is a form of prayer. Every visualization is a form of dialogue. Every assumption is a form of decree. This perspective infuses your creative practice with a sense of reverence and wonder. It transforms the process of manifestation from a mechanical technique into a living, breathing relationship with the divine. For too long, you have been taught to see God as separate from you, as an external entity that you must beg, plead, or pray to for favors. But the truth is that God is within you. God is your own wonderful human imagination. God is your own consciousness. And the conversation with God is not a formal ritual that takes place in a specific building at a specific time. The conversation with God is continuous. It is perpetual. It is the constant stream of thoughts, feelings, and imaginal acts that flow through your mind. The master understands that the quality of their life is determined by the quality of their conversation with God. If your inner conversation is rooted in lack, fear, and limitation, then your conversation with God is rooted in lack, fear, and limitation. And the universe, being a perfect mirror, reflects back to you more lack, fear, and limitation. But if your inner conversation is rooted in abundance, love, and fulfillment, then your conversation with God is rooted in abundance, love, and fulfillment. And the universe reflects back to you more abundance, love, and fulfillment. The practice of conscious conversation with God begins with awareness. You must first become aware of the nature of your inner dialogue. What are you saying to yourself throughout the day? Are you speaking words of lack or words of abundance? Are you speaking words of fear or words of faith? You must listen to your inner dialogue without judgment. You must simply observe it. You must simply become aware of the script that is currently playing in your mind. Once you are aware of the script, you can begin to rewrite it. You can begin to construct new inner conversations that are aligned with your desires. You can begin to rehearse these new conversations throughout the day. You can imagine yourself having a conversation with God where you are expressing your gratitude for all that you have received. You can imagine yourself having a conversation with God where you are affirming your worthiness. You can imagine yourself having a conversation with God where you are declaring your success. The key to effective conversation with God is to make it feel real. You must engage your emotions fully. You must feel the reality of the conversation. You must feel the joy. You must feel the gratitude. You must feel the satisfaction. This emotional engagement is what makes the conversation effective. This emotional engagement is what impresses your subconscious mind. This emotional engagement is what tells the creative principle of the universe that this is the reality you are choosing. The power of this truth is that it transforms the process of manifestation from a mechanical technique into a living, breathing relationship with the divine. You are not trying to manipulate the universe. You are not trying to force things to happen. You are simply engaging in a continuous, perpetual conversation with the creative principle of the universe. You are simply aligning yourself with the source of all creation. You are simply allowing the universe to express more of itself through you. Begin now to see your imagination as the divine dialogue. Begin to treat your imaginal acts as sacred forms of prayer. Begin to consciously choose the content of your inner conversations. Begin to rehearse conversations that are aligned with your desires. Begin to affirm your worthiness. Begin to affirm your abundance. Begin to affirm your success. And watch as your life transforms. Watch as you become a willing channel for the expression of the universe. Watch as you realize that your imagination is the perpetual conversation with God. Chapter 31. Beyond Manifestation, the Purpose of Mastery. The ultimate purpose of reality. Mastery is not the mere acquisition of things and experiences. It is not about getting what you want. It is not about accumulating wealth or finding the perfect partner or achieving worldly success. These are simply the byproducts of a deeper, more profound process. The true purpose of mastery is to awaken to your true nature as a divine creator. It is to realize that you are the operant power in your world. It is to achieve self-realization. The process of consciously creating your reality is a spiritual path. It is a path that leads to self-discovery, self-awareness, and self-realization. The challenges and triumphs of manifestation are designed to teach you about yourself and your power. They are designed to reveal your hidden beliefs, your limiting assumptions, and your unconscious patterns. They are designed to bring you into a deeper understanding of the law of consciousness. They are designed to transform you from a victim into a creator. The ultimate prize is not the thing manifested. The ultimate prize is the master you become in the process. The ultimate prize is the expansion of your consciousness. The ultimate prize is the realization of your true nature as a divine creator. The things you acquire, the experiences you have, the relationships you form, are simply the external evidence of your internal transformation. They are the reflections of your new state of consciousness. They are the byproducts of your mastery. Consider the difference between a student of the law and a master of the law. The student is focused on the techniques. The student is focused on the manifestation. The student is focused on getting what they want. The master is focused on the state of consciousness. The master is focused on the assumption. The master is focused on being the person who already has what they desire. The master understands that the manifestation is inevitable once the state of consciousness is achieved. The master understands that the ultimate goal is not to acquire things. The ultimate goal is to become a master of consciousness. The ultimate goal is to become a conscious creator. The ultimate goal is to live a life that is a beautiful and harmonious symphony. This is the true meaning of fulfillment. This is the true meaning of mastery. This is the true meaning of a life well lived. This is the true meaning of a life that is a reflection of your highest self. The path of mastery is a path of constant self-awareness and self-correction. It is a path of constantly refining your assumptions, constantly monitoring your inner conversations, and constantly maintaining the state of the wish fulfilled. It is a path of constantly returning to the core truth that consciousness is the only reality. It is a path of constantly remembering that you are the operant power in your world. This is the discipline of the master. The freedom that comes with this realization is absolute. You are free from the need to strive and struggle. You are free from the need to manipulate circumstances. You are free from the need to control others. You are free to simply be. You are free to simply create. You are free to simply experience the natural consequence of your own consciousness. This is the ultimate freedom. This is the ultimate power. This is the ultimate truth of your being. Begin now to look beyond the mere acquisition of things and experiences. Begin to see the process of conscious creation as a spiritual path. Begin to see the challenges and triumphs of manifestation as opportunities for self-discovery and self-realization. Begin to focus on the master you are becoming in the process. And watch as your life transforms. Watch as you awaken to your true nature as a divine creator. Watch as you realize that the ultimate purpose of mastery is self-realization. Chapter 32. The Commandment Lived, Embodying the Law of Your Being. We have journeyed through the foundational concepts of reality mastery. from the illusion of objective reality to the power of your own imagination. But understanding the commandment is not enough. It must be lived. It must be embodied. It must become your dominant state of consciousness. This final chapter is a powerful conclusion and a call to action. It is a charge to move from being a student of the law to being a living embodiment of it. It is a call to live from the premise that you are the operant power in your world. The commandment is simple. Consciousness is the only reality. Everything else is its manifestation. This is the law of your being. This is the truth of your existence. And when you live by this commandment, when you embody this truth, reality has no choice but to obey. Your life becomes a constant stream of effortless manifestation. Your circumstances align with your desires. Your relationships deepen. Your health improves. Your wealth increases. All of this happens not because you are trying to force it, but because you are simply being. To embody the law of your being is to live in the end. It is to maintain the state of the wish fulfilled, regardless of the contradictory evidence of your senses. It is to persist in your assumption with the quiet confidence of someone who knows the truth. It is to move through your day as someone who already has what they desire. It is to make decisions from the premise of your new assumption. It is to allow your inner conversations to be rooted in the state of fulfillment. This is the ultimate expression of mastery. The master understands that the only thing that can limit them is their own belief in limitation. The master knows that they are the source of all phenomena. The master knows that they are the operant power. The master knows that they are the only one who can limit themselves. And the master chooses not to limit themselves. The master chooses to live from the premise of infinite possibility. The master chooses to live from the premise of absolute freedom. The master chooses to live from the premise of total responsibility. This is the ultimate promise, that for the one who lives by this commandment, reality has no choice but to obey. A life of freedom, joy, and limitless possibility is the only possible reward. This is not a reward that is given to you by an external entity. This is a reward that is created by you. This is a reward that is a natural consequence of your own consciousness. This is the ultimate expression of your creative power. The journey of mastery is not a destination. It is a continuous process of self-discovery, self-awareness, and self-correction. It is a continuous process of refining your assumptions, monitoring your inner conversations, and maintaining the state of the wish fulfilled. It is a continuous process of returning to the core truth that consciousness is the only reality. It is a continuous process of remembering that you are the operant power in your world. So take these teachings and apply them consistently and persistently in your own life. Do not allow them to remain as mere intellectual concepts. Transform them into living, breathing realities. Transform them into your dominant state of consciousness. Transform them into your way of being. Transform them into your life. This is the ultimate call to action. This is the ultimate charge. This is the ultimate expression of your creative power. Begin now to live the commandment. Begin to embody the law of your being. Begin to move from being a student of the law to being a living embodiment of it.
Begin to live from the premise that you are the operant power in your world, and watch as your life transforms. Watch as you become the conscious creator of your experience. Watch as you realize that the ultimate promise is not a reward that is given to you. It is a reward that is created by you. It is a reward that is a natural consequence of your own consciousness.
The journey we have shared, a deep dive into the commandment of reality mastery, now draws to a close, but your true journey has only just begun. You have been given the keys to the kingdom, the profound understanding that your consciousness is the sole reality. and your imagination is the workshop of the divine. Let the wisdom of these chapters settle deep within your soul memory, transforming from mere information into an unshakable inner knowing.
You are not a passive observer in a fixed world. You are the operant power, the magnetic self whose assumptions shape the very fabric of existence. Carry this truth with you, not as a burden, but as the light body of your freedom, and know that every moment is an opportunity for a new activation of your highest potential. Feel the peace that comes with this realization. The struggle is over, the striving can cease. You no longer need to chase, beg, or force your desires into being, for you have learned the secret of effortless creation, to live in the end, to assume the wish fulfilled, and to trust the inevitability of the manifestation. Let the anxieties of the past collapse, and let the timeline of your future unfold with grace and precision. You are right on time. You are exactly where you need to be to step into the next most magnificent version of your life. This knowledge is your frequency code, a silent, powerful broadcast that reality must respond to. Now, as you move forward, remember this final invitation. To fully integrate this mastery, you must continue to engage with this wisdom. If these words have resonated with the deepest part of your being, if they have sparked a remembering of your true power, I gently invite you to subscribe and join this community of conscious creators. To affirm your commitment to this path, and to show that you have listened until the very end, please comment the sacred phrase, "I am the commandment." Let this be your decree, your final, powerful assumption that seals the truth of your mastery into the quantum field of your reality.